All right, getting ready for game 2 of this series between the Blue Jays and the Pirates. Hello, everybody. I am Dr. DeLay, and I am bringing you another Pirates game. Again, as I said, it's the Blue Jays 73-53 as they take on the Pirates, who are 53-73. The Pirates winning yesterday, as you can see there on the screen, by a score of 5-2. The Pirates really were handed the win yesterday. The Blue Jays kind of kicking themselves, of course, because the Tigers, who they're kind of competing with for that number one spot in the AL, did shut out the Astros yesterday 10-0. So the Blue Jays looking to avenge their loss yesterday. Again, they kind of just gave it to the Pirates. So very interesting. That is not what I thought would appear when I clicked that. So here we go. We're going to the MLB standings. Again, the Blue Jays still clearly in control of the AL East. They don't have to really worry about much. But, of course, the Yankees have won 3 in a row. So, again, you want to get back on track here tonight if you're the Blue Jays. For the Pirates, again, they're kind of just waiting for 2026. So are we kind of. Pirates, the Pirates Nation or whatever it's really called. I haven't really ever heard anything like that. Reds go for their 10th straight win against the Angels. Oh, wow, the Reds have dominated the Angels. Well, thank you for that, Chris. Thank you again for stopping by. For the Pirates, they will send out Mitch Keller. 5-11, 4.13 ERA, whip of a 1.27. He has struggled as of late, and, he has kind of struggled in the later half of the season, I think, for his entire career. And it appears that might be the case here. Looking for a bounce-back performance here tonight. For the Pirates starting lineup, it's going to be Simon in left, Horwitz at first, Reynolds in right, Gonzalez at second, McCutchen DHing, Sawinski in center, Bart catching, Triolo at short, and Kiner Falefa at third. That is your starting lineup for the Pittsburgh Pirates. For the Toronto Blue Jays, we have a future Hall of Famer, Max Scherzer, 41 years old. He is getting old. 3-2 record this year, 3.83 ERA, whip of a 1.07, and he's getting a little bit better compared to how he started. 3.51 in his last few starts here, only allowing 4 runs in 19 innings pitched. So again, he's in form. So again, the Blue Jays looking like they may be keeping the Bucks low tonight, so it's always good. Brandon, how's it going? Thank you for stopping by, Brandon. Appreciate you for stopping on by. Let's see here. The starting lineup for the Blue Jays is let's see here. DHing is George Springer. Right fielder is Addison Barger, and then Bo Bichette in short. Alejandro Kirkey's catching. I couldn't tell you the first name here. This is going to be Nathan Lukes. He is in left. Ty France at first. Clement, this is Ernie Clement. He is at third. I think this was Andreas Jimenez. I should have just stuck with the last names. And we'll just go Straw at center. Sorry, buddy. Now just go ahead. That way you don't feel left out. Miles Straw, he is batting ninth. He is in center tonight for the Blue Jays. Again, the Blue Jays really just gave away the game last night against the Pirates. So, hopefully for the Blue Jays and all the Blue Jays fans here, you guys can lock it in and don't shoot yourselves in the foot. That's kind of what happened yesterday. Again, thank you guys so much for tuning on in. We will, of course, get to the game as soon as possible, about another minute or so away from first pitch, as Seth Messersmith is cheering for the Phillies. At one point, I swear it would have said Orioles, and then I think it said Dodgers at one point, Seth. So thank you again for stopping on by and keeping me on my toes for, whatever team you're cheering for today. So thank you very much, Seth. Hunter Green starting against the Angels. Okay. Can you do lineups for the Astros today so I won't forget? Well, I guess I can click over there real quick, and I won't be calling the game. Looks like they're actually in a delay, Brandon. So you don't really need to worry about it. But it's Pena, Correa, Altuve, Walker, Diaz, Arias, Dubon, Smith, and McCormick. That is your starting lineup for the Astros. There you go. But we're in Pittsburgh today, of course, as again, Mitch Keller is your starting pitcher for the Pittsburgh Pirates. Might as well go ahead and click on George Springer as Keller's just now actually getting on the mound. So probably going to be another 2 minutes before we are ready to go in Pittsburgh. You ready for college? I am ready as well. I am very excited for it. I kind of regret putting Iowa State and Kansas State on my docket there. That might be a poll I might be trying to get you guys to say, hey, vote no, please, because no one's going to watch me. Oh, well. It is what it is. I'm ready, though. Well, we're going to go with it anyway. Again, Springer, Barger, Bichette, Kirk, Lukes, France, Clement, and Jimenez, as well as Strahm. He's batting ninth. That is your starting lineup for the Blue Jays. And again, he's facing Mitch Keller today, and I know there's people still tuning in, so I'll go ahead and show you Mitch Keller's statistics. Again, a 5-11 record, 4.13 ERA, WHIP of a 1.27. So, he's okay, but again, he's struggled in the second half of the year almost every single time, and it looks like it's probably going to repeat this year. Again, his last 3 starts, 13 earned in 14 2/3 innings. So it's been rough. It has been rough. So bear with me, folks. Again, thank you guys so much for tuning on in. Feel free to comment down below. I try to read as many comments as possible. The game starts at 7:30. Tigers, Astros. Ah, okay. Yeah, no, there's a little bit of a delay there. Looks like Springer is coming to the plate. We are about to get ready in Pittsburgh, where again the Blue Jays 73-53 take on the 53-73 Pirates. And the Pirates winning 5-2 last night. And Blue Jays really again handing the Pirates the victory with all the errors. All right, Keller's on the mound. He wheels and deals, as that is going to be in there for a called strike as we are underway in Pittsburgh. George Springer, the right fielder, is batting .289, OPS of .887, 19 homers and 59 RBIs. Here's the pitch. That is a breaking ball in the dirt for ball 1. 1-1 count here to George Springer. He's been around for a while, 35 years old. Jeez, man, I'm getting old. Here is the 1-1. Way inside, hits him in the elbow as Springer is kind of walking around in a figure 8 type pattern. Now he's going to go to first, so that's not good. And we were talking about how Mitch Keller has kind of struggled in the second half of the season for the past, forever, since I've seen him in Pittsburgh. And already putting a man on. It hits him in the elbow. At least it was the elbow pad. That's always good. Cincinnati Bearcats play Nebraska, and my Boise State Broncos play South Florida. Oh yeah, no, a lot of big games. Both those games on ESPN. I will not be doing either one of those, unfortunately. I think both of those are going to be the best ones. All right, so they're checking on Springer right now. Again, he just took a fastball on the elbow, though it did catch padding. So that's always good news. It's going to bring up Addison Barger. He's batting .262, OPS of .805, 18 homers, and 59 RBIs on the season. That's Keller. Looks over at first. Sets. Kicks and deals. Breaking ball upstairs. And Springer is going to take second with ease. Just not even close. I don't know why I clicked off there. Had me fooled here. So again, already a runner on second. Again, the Blue Jays probably upset with themselves that they dropped a game to Pittsburgh. Of course, you probably on the road you'd like to at least get one, but a team against the Pirates, you think you could take 2 in their home stadium. That's going to be upstairs for ball 2, as that's 94 on the gun. Keller is having bad issues at pitching. It's been rough. 2-0 counts for Addison Barger. Keller delivers. Breaking ball outside for ball 3. So 6 pitches so far for Keller. 5 balls and 1 strike. As again, Springer already at second. Keller rocks, sets, kicks, and deals. That is going to be inside for ball 4. So a hit by pitch and a walk as the Blue Jays already again with 2 men on. That'll bring up Bo Bichette, spanning .297, OPS of .803, 16 home runs and 82 RBIs on the season. Notre Dame, Miami, yep. That's another one. That's another big one. Keller sets and fires. That is going to be in there, but it's not called a strike. That one was clearly over the plate, but Bichette was kind of over-exaggerating. Again, Keller's already been wild. So, definitely kind of fooling the umpire there, taking advantage of his wildness. Here's the 1-0. That's going to be hit to right, and that is a foul ball. Manfred said there could be an MLB expansion and a realignment of division. What are your thoughts on it? I hate the idea of the division realignment, or at least the proposed ones I've seen. You know, most of them are fan-made. As here's the 1-1, that's going to be low for ball 2, you know. I think it's just kind of, I just don't want to see historical rivalries go away, you know. I don't know. I don't know if that would be, I don't know. I'm not a fan. Here is the 2-1. That's going to be outside for ball 3. Now, I'm not, of course, you know, mad about the expansion thing. 32 is a pretty nice number. Most, I wouldn't say most, but, you know, the NFL has 32. They make it work. 3-1 to Bichette. Runners on first and second. Nobody out. Keller delivers. That is going to be low for ball 4. And the Blue Jays, 3 batters, no hits. But we're not heading to the bottom of the first. No, it's actually nobody out here with bases loaded. As looks like the pitcher, the pitching coach, Oscar Marine, is coming out to have a little chat with Keller again. Something I mentioned before the broadcast was Keller struggling in the second half of the season. And, again, he's pretty much just living up to that expectation. As they're showing Skeens in the dugout, it's always good. Of course, again, Skeens did pitch yesterday. Didn't do too bad. 6 innings pitched. They're going to show the stats here. 2 earned, 5 hits, 1 walk, 8 strikeouts. I do have a poll up. Again, I kind of had to change it up yesterday, or because of yesterday's results, as Keller does come to a set. Kicks and deals. That's going to be hit to right, and that is a foul ball. So the Pirates won game 1. What is more likely? The Pirates get the sweep. Pittsburgh and Toronto split the next 2, which would mean Pittsburgh, of course, winning the series. Or Toronto comes back to take the series. The latter 2 have more percentage, 38-38 for the bottom 2. Pirates sweeping, of course, 25%. That's honestly pretty high. Here is the 0-1. That'll be in there for a called strike. 95 on the outside corner. By the way, Yassine, I know you asked a question. Thank you, by the way, for asking. What are your thoughts on it? You know, I'd like to know your guys' thoughts on the realignment and expansion, because that is a hot topic now, last few days. 0-2 count. Here to Alejandro Kirk. Again, batting .292, OPS of .757, 9 homers and 53 RBIs on the year. Keller kicks and deals. That's going to be hit to right. And Reynolds makes a leap but can't make the catch. Reynolds quickly on it, throws it in, and looks like a Blue Jay is going to be caught up in a rundown. And Kirk is tagged out. More of a walk down, really. Not really a rundown. So Kirk was rounding first, heading to first, second, but Bichette was chilling at second base, so that's always not fun. So that really could have... So that's what was happening, yeah. So honestly, Bichette really could have made it to third, but... Oh, wait, no. Okay, anyway, well, yeah, 2 runs have scored. Anyway, Nathan Luke's going to be at the plate. He's batting .252, OPS of .739, 10 homers, 49 RBIs. That's going to be in there for a call strike. No, only 1 run scored. Oh, the guy at third was held up. Oh, wow. Now I see why the problem. So only 1 run scored on that. Interesting. 0-1 count here to Nathan Luke's. Keller kicks and deals. Swing and a miss, strike 2. That could be a huge mistake by the Blue Jays. Again, oh wow, that could be a problem. 0-2 count, especially if he strikes out here. It's unfortunate. Here's the 0-2 ground ball. Oh, and it's gonna get through for a base hit, and there the runs are. There is 2. There is number 3. The Blue Jays are up 3-0. Wow. Well, that'll bring up Ty France. Spanning 260, OPS of 693, 6 homers and 46 RBIs. Oh, I just realized. Okay, Robert Ranford said, doesn't like it when the East Coast team says the West Coast, and he doesn't like the Pacific time zone. Okay, well, that's kind of weird. Yeah, I've never heard of that, Yassine, but it wouldn't shock me if he said that. Here's the pitch. That's going to be chopped to foul. RFK, thank you. Yes, I am monetized. It's been a nice week since you've been gone. Very nice week. It may be because you left. Jacob, how's it going? 0-1 count here to Ty France again. Runner on first, 1 out here. Blue Jays already up 3-0. Keller kicks and deals. Chopper, and that is just foul. 0-2. Manfred wants to create an Eastern Conference and a Western Conference. Yeah, I don't know. I think the interleague every day kind of opened up this, and I think that's the one negative about interleague, which I initially was like, oh, that's kind of cool, but now, yeah, I think we're kind of seeing the effects of it, just everything with the modern game. Here's the 0-2. That's going to be hit to right, and that is a foul ball. It's always about money. MLB needs to get an extra vision. I could buy that. 4-4. You streaming the game on Thursday? Yes, Jacob, I am streaming. I'm assuming you're talking about the Steelers game. Yes, I'll be here for Thursday night. 0-2 count. Keller kicks and deals. That's going to be outside for ball 1. So, yes, RFK, I did actually make a change, so it will only be for NFL. I know I was initially saying that. I'm really sorry. I know, I feel bad, but I have to kind of take college football into my own hands in order to possibly be somewhat successful at it. Here's the 1-2. That's going to be hit to right, and that is a foul ball. But the NFL will be 100% the subscribers of the channel. You guys will have full control over the non-Steelers games. 1-2 count here to Ty France again. Runner on first. 1 out. Blue Jays already up 3-0. As Keller sets. Kicks and deals. That is going to be low for ball 2. Yins can blame me. It took the under. Oh, that's tough, American. Dan, that is tough. That is tough. Think we beat the Panthers? I mean, I would say our backups can beat their backups, yeah. I mean, I don't think it really would matter, though, to be honest. Here is the 2-2. Grounder to short. Triolo. Oh, Triolo mismanages it and can't make a single play look like an easy double play. But Triolo, the Gold Glover. And I'm not kidding. He actually won a Gold Glove last year. Can't do nothing but eat it. That'll bring up Ernie Clement. He's batting .281, OPS of 722, 9 homers and 40 RBIs. Oh, the Pirates, they're going to need some offense tonight. They have to go against Scherzer. Here is the pitch. That'll be low for ball 187, below the zone. Like and sub, thank you, RFK. Look at that, appreciate it. Bengals beat the Washington. Yes. Wait, did they? I actually remember they were losing. Here is the 1-0. That's going to be in there for a called strike. 1-1 count to Ernie Clement. It's been a pretty disastrous first inning for the Pirates. Of course, if you're a Blue Jays fan tuning in, you're loving what I'm saying. As here is the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Breaking ball had him way out in front. Idaho State Yonovi, yeah, hilarious. Hilarious. Count is 1-2 to Clement. Keller looks back at second. Kicks and deals. That is going to be way outside. That's going to be ball 2. Thought I muted this, but apparently I did not. Count is 2-2 as Scherzer's kind of just pacing back and forth in the dugout. Keller sets, kicks, and fires. That is outside as well. 3-2. Slider just taking off. You're making Bart have to move back there. I'm sure he does not appreciate that. 3-2 count. Keller rocks, sets, kicks, and deals. That is going to be called strike 3. As Clement kind of drops his bat. Didn't really like the call. And that one was really, that's a tough one. May have been just a tad outside. May have just gotten a little bit, I don't know. But it's a strikeout regardless. That'll bring up Andres Jimenez batting .225, OPS of .628, 5 homers, and 23 RBIs on the season as Keller rocks, sets, kicks, and deals. Breaking ball, that is in there for a called strike. Can you check, see how long the Astros do? They're supposed to play in an hour, I believe. I forgot who mentioned that earlier. I'm sorry. I already forgot. Here is the 0-1. Grounder to second. Throws to first for out number 3. Well, the Blue Jays taking advantage of Mitch Keller's just wildness. The Blue Jays already up 3-0 over the Pirates. I'll use Sam Houston's. I couldn't find a Sam Houston logo that looked good and also had like the white outline because it would just blend in. It would just blend in with like the background there. So I have to use their alternate. I know it's unfortunate. Unfortunate. It is what it is. Appreciate you guys again for tuning on in. Again, I do mostly Pirates. So again, if you're a Pirates fan, or again, even if you're a Blue Jays fan, I'll get to actually you guys in a second. If you're a Pittsburgh fan, though, definitely subscribe to the channel. It is a lot of Pittsburgh sports on here. Pirates, Steelers, and of course the Pittsburgh Panthers as well. That's what I'll be doing on the channel. Hopefully that sounds good to you. And of course for the Blue Jays, the only pitch I can really make to you guys is the fact that I'll be back tomorrow. And of course, if you make it all the way to the World Series, well, I'll be doing the World Series. So there you go. Again, appreciate you guys for tuning in. Hopefully that sounds good to you. Definitely press that like button. It kind of looks like that. Definitely press, if you see that button, press that button, and definitely subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much for even tuning in into tonight's game. Nothing really happening across Major League Baseball. The Cardinals are up 1-0 on the Marlins, but that is pretty much it. The Mets and Nationals, they're tied at 0 apiece. Mariners and Phillies at 0-0. Blue Jays, again, this is your starting pitcher, the Max Scherzer, 3-2, 3.83 ERA. He's been very good as of late. Only 3 earned in the last wait, no, it was a little bit more. I think it was 4 earned in like the last 3 starts. So pretty solid. So that'll bring up Ronnie Simon. Simon says he's batting .233 OPS of .586, no homers and 5 RBIs. Here is the pitch. That'll be in there for a called strike. I don't like that. Yeah, I was just looking at it. I don't know. I might have to. I'll change it. We'll see. 0-1 count. Scherzer delivers, and that'll be in there for a called strike. 94 on the outside corner. Be in the World Series. Yes, I'll be doing some of the World Series. Try to do as many as I can, as it's an 0-2 to Simon. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. All right. 1 away for the Pirates. That'll bring up Spencer Horwitz. He's batting .260, OPS of .710, 5 homers and 34 RBIs on the season. As here is the pitch. That'll be way inside for ball 1. Kyle Schwarber home run. Okay. 1-0 count. Scherzer kicks and deals. Breaking ball in there for a called strike. Horowitz asking if that was in there. It indeed was. 1-1 count. Scherzer fires. That's going to be hit foul. As it's 1-2. Reggie, thank you for stopping by. Who does Ty France? He plays for the Blue Jays. He is playing first base for the Blue Jays tonight, so no Vladdy. Again, he got injured in last night's game. Here is the 1-2. That's going to be in the dirt. Ball gets away, but there's no one on to take advantage. Bat boy running around like it's a tennis match from one side to the other. That's interesting. 2-2 counts. Scherzer looking at the pitch clock. He's just chilling. Literally just chilling. All right. Scherzer kicks and deals. That's going to be popped up, and that is a foul ball. Already, again, 3-0 is your score here in Pittsburgh. Blue Jays already looking like they may win this game. Here is a 2-2. That's going to be hit to left, but that one is slicing foul. You know, strikeout's a half a strikeout. Okay, you have, I guess the under or over, you want probably more. Not too sure. 2-2 count. Scherzer kicks and deals. That's going to be a foul tip, as that is, again, a foul ball. So 2-2. All right, we got to go ahead and remove that one. Best hitter, definitely pretty good this year. A lot of power. He's been a monster really last few years. 2-2 count here. Scherzer kicks and deals. That's going to be popped up, and will it stay in playable territory? It will, as Clement makes the catch for out number 2. That'll bring up Brian Reynolds. He's batting .242, OPS of .695, 13 homers and 62 RBIs. What do I think? Oh, I don't know. I'm not really the guy to ask. Let's see here. Let's see how many times he struck out this year. 71 strikeouts, 39 at-bats. I mean, I can see it. That'll be in there for a called strike. Yeah, I could see him striking out today. I mean, it's like 1 out of every 4, kind of. Not really. I don't know. 1 out of every 5. All right, here is the 0-1. That's going to be hit to left center, and that's going to drop in for a base hit. And he's heading to second, and he is safe. Wow, I didn't think he would get 2 there, but he was pushing it. Again, the Pirates already finding themselves down 3-0. They might be a little bit more aggressive than they normally would. Denny, how's it going? How is it going? Let's go, Bucks. And you're very welcome, Reggie. Appreciate you, man. Gonzalez batting .278, OPS of .714, 5 homers and 19 RBIs. Here is the pitch. That'll be in there for a called strike at the knees. And if you're just tuning in, Mitch Keller's was all over the place in the first inning, and the Blue Jays took advantage, only having 2 hits but 3 runs. 0-1 count. Scherzer looks over, kicks and deals. That'll be in the dirt, as that is ball 1. Marlins doing great, are they? Probably not. Last time they were down 1-0. 1-1 here to Nick Gonzalez. Scherzer kicks and deals. That's going to be hit to center at the warning track, but he's under it, and Straw makes the catch for out number 3. All right, 1 hit for the Pirates, but unfortunately nothing doing as we head to the top of the second. Your score is Blue Jays 3 and the Pirates 0. let's see here. Let's see what RFK was saying. And well, again, they're still down 1-0, so it's not really too bad. Yeah, Cardinals leading the Marlins 1-0. Mets and Nationals tied at 0 apiece as they are in the top of the second. The Phillies leading the Mariners 1-0, and that is pretty much it. Oh, yeah, that's right. The Cubs defeated the Brewers today in Game 1. In Game 1 of the doubleheader. Of course, yesterday's doubleheader, one of them was canceled, so they're pushing that doubleheader for today. Again, appreciate you guys for clicking on this live stream. Make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're just a sports fan. If you like baseball, if you're a baseball fan in this chat, watching this game, definitely subscribe to the channel. Even sports bettors, a lot of people come in here like asking questions, and I don't mind answering, of course. This is the place to be if you're a sports guy or gal. What's up? How are you doing today, Doctor? I'm okay, Chris. I'm hanging in there. I am hanging in there. Again, I do have a poll. Feel free to vote. Pirates won Game 1. What's more likely? The Pirates getting the sweep. 36% of you guys think that is the case. That is very high. I would not have voted that myself. Toronto coming back to win the series is just as much, 36%. And splitting, which I think is probably the most realistic, is actually the least amount, 29%. So very interesting. But again, that's why I put up polls. I like to know what you guys think. Very, very interesting. 2 up for the Blue Jays in the top of the second will be Straw, Springer, and Barger, as Keller's going to hope for a much better second inning. We'll see, Seth. Again, it's only been a few innings. As Straw is at the plate, we're ready to begin the top of the second. He's batting .262, OPS of .668. Here's the pitch. That is way outside, ball 1. 4 homers and 27 RBIs on the season. Sports betting advice of the day: don't bet on the Pirates. That is good advice, as that's going to be low ball 2. Denny, with all the wisdom in the world, I mean, yeah. If your bet is pro-Pirates, don't do it. Here's the 2-0. That'll be outside, but it's called a strike, and Straw didn't really like it. Kind of does this. Usually means you don't like it. 2-1 here to Miles Straw. Keller kicks and deals. Breaking ball, that is in there, but it's called a ball. So I guess a makeup call there. Scherzer did that earlier. Hanging curveball, catching the top of the zone. It was nice. Here is the 3-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. That one was way out of the zone. Started a season as the Pirates in the show 10. Oh. They were not good. They were pretty bad during that era. From like 09 to 11. That was like the lowest point, though. This team might be giving that team a run for their money. Here is the 3-2. That's going to be hit to right, and that is a foul ball. Thing is, though, back then we had a lot of prospects. The Pirates, McCutcheon, I think he was just brought up in 10. Neil Walker, Pedro Alvarez. I mean, we had a nice core there. Cole, I think, was drafted. Tyone, I think, was drafted, right? If I'm trying to get all that correct. Here's the 3-2. That's going to be low for ball 4. So another walk. Oh man, Keller again. He has just struggled his entire career in the second half of the season. It's amazing, honestly. That'll bring up George Springer. He's batting .289, OPS of .888, 19 homers and 59 RBIs. As Keller sets, kicks, and deals. That is going to be low for ball 1. You got the Orioles winning tonight. Okay, there we go. Who do they play? Honestly, I forgot already. 1-0 counts. Here to Springer again. Springer got plunked earlier. It's Keller. Kicks and deals. Breaking ball in there for a called strike. The runner goes to second, and the throw is not in time. In fact, Gonzalez couldn't field it cleanly. So the ball got away, but Triolo was there behind him to back him up. Even if you bet on them to lose, they will win just so you lose. Yeah, there we go. There we go. That is also true. count is 1-1 to George Springer, the old man. Old as in 35 years old. I know that's not that old. Here is the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Strike two. Play good of show the 11. Yes, I played a lot of that one. Nice having Kutch, Neil Walker, Pedro Alvarez. Yes. Jose Tabata. Jose Tabata was like, he was so good. Potential A. Maxed him out. He was so good. 1-2 counts. Keller kicks and deals. That's going to be hit to left center. And Sawinski's looking back. That one is out of here. George Springer with his 20th home run of the season. And that will give the Blue Jays a 5-0 lead over the Pirates already in the second inning with still nobody out. Blue Jays fans have to love it. Again, the Blue Jays last night, they pretty much gave it to the Pirates, and well, they're gonna make sure that doesn't happen again as Keller kicks and fires. That is outside for ball one. He's been pitching away every single, like whether you're right or left, it's like he's pitching away, except for, of course, Springer. We plunked earlier, as here is the 1-0. That's going to be in there for a called strike. A lot of Blue Jays chants in Pittsburgh. That's always good. 1-1 counts. Here's the pitch. That's going to be fouled back as it's 1-2. Schwarber is 44. Wow. Orioles are playing the Red Sox. Okay. Well, yeah. I mean, really, for me, again, if I ever pick a game straight up, it's really just whoever the better pitcher is. Because baseball, again, it's so random. You just never know. 1-2 count. Keller delivers. That's going to be hit to center. Sawinski on the run, making the catch for out number one. Nice run by Jack Sawinski. It's got some speed on him. He's like a Nate McLouth, but, a little bit slower, but more power. And a lot less contact. That'll bring up Bo Bichette. Batting .297, OPS of .804, 16 homers and 82 RBIs. Bichette, he walked earlier. He'll tighten up. I hope he tightens up, Denny. I don't know. I wish I had faith. Here is the pitch. That'll be in there for a called strike. Blue Jays, again, they lost yesterday. The Tigers beating the Astros 10-0, as here is the 0-1. That's going to be hit to left. Simon is under it for out number two, so the Tigers winning actually puts the Tigers with the top record in the AL as of now. So Blue Jays, again, looking to reclaim that top spot for the playoffs. That'll bring up Alejandro Kirk. He's 1 for 1, but was tagged out in between first and second. I would say run down, but that was not really what happened. It was more of a walk down. Here is the pitch. That is way outside for ball one. He's batting .294, OPS of .761, 9 homers and 54 RBIs on the season. Blue Jays are getting hot. They are definitely hot today, as here is the 1-0. That's going to be hit, and that is going to be foul. So it's 1-1. Always love when the batter comes back up after getting hit and gets the revenge. Yes. Oh, he definitely put a charge into that one, as Kirk will ask for time. By the way, Keller already at 52 pitches. So, yeah, no, we're not going to see much more of him. 1-1, Keller kicks and deals. That is going to be low for ball two. Kirk, 5'8", 245 pounds. It's a big dude. 2-1. He kicks and deals. Checked his swing. Did not go. 3-1. Tigers Astros started on TBS. Oh, well, shoot. If I had known this was going to be like that, I would have done Astros and Tigers. Here's the 3-1. That's going to be in there for a called strike. Kirk dropping his bat. Nah, I wouldn't have done that. I've yet to do the Astros. Astros and Athletics are the only two teams I have not done this year. 3-2 count to Kirk. Keller delivers. Swing and a miss. He thought he would be walked there, but no, he strikes out. As again, George Springer with a 2-run home run, making the lead 5-0 for the Blue Jays as we head to the bottom of the second. 52 pitches in the second is crazy. Yes, it's a little bit more now. What is it now? It's at 56. Jeez, Once again, folks, thank you guys for stopping on by. Appreciate you guys for tuning on in. Let me be the voice of this game. If you haven't done so already, make sure to hit that like button. Definitely helps this little channel out. And definitely subscribe to the channel if you're just a sports fan. If you're a baseball fan, sports fan, hey, this is a good channel. This is a good channel because this is what I do. I do play-by-play on the channel. It's a bunch of live streams. I mean, I can kind of show you if you desire to see the proof of, thinking, well, I've never seen you before, doctor. You might just be doing this as a one-off and then I'll never see you again. Well, no, actually, I've been here since opening day and hopefully, very likely, we'll be here for the foreseeable future. And again, I'll be back tomorrow afternoon for Pirates Blue Jays in the final game. So definitely subscribe so you can automatically see it on your feed. You don't have to search up Blue Jays versus Pirates or Blue Jays or Pirates or whatever you have to search up. I got you covered. I'll be here tomorrow for Game 3. 2 up for the Pirates will be McCutchen, Sawinski, and Bart. Again, Reynolds was the only one to really get a hit. Last inning it was a double and already with 2 outs. It'll be Andrew McCutchen to lead off again. He's batting .239, OPS of .696, 11 homers and 41 RBIs. And I feel like we're about to cut to the game, and it's going to be like he's going to be right at the plate because they're taking their time. Maybe not. I don't know. We are returning to coverage as we're showing Skeens' performance yesterday. Okay, I don't know. All right, there we go. We should be good. Scherzer is on the mound as McCutchen is digging in. As Scherzer kicks and deals, that is going to be low for ball 1. So 1-0 count to Andrew McCutchen, Pirates legend. Can he be clutching here? As that's going to be low for ball 2. So 2-0 count to Andrew McCutchen. Again, the Blue Jays leading 5-0 already here in the bottom of the second. Scherzer kicks and deals. Chopper, and that is going foul. Count is 2-1. Scherzer delivers. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. 86 on the sweeper. Two and 2 count. Scherzer kicks and deals. That's going to be hit to left, and that is foul. He was just out in front of it. Two and 2 to McCutchen. Here's the pitch. Check this swing. That is upstairs for ball 3. It's a breaking ball. McCutchen held up in time. 3-2. Scherzer kicks and deals. That's going to be upstairs for ball 4. Scherzer wanted the strikeout. Does not get it. So in a battle of old guys, McCutchen wins as Jack Sawinski apparently doesn't have his page. So I'm sorry. We'll just have to chill right here. That's kind of weird. There's no... What the heck? That's weird. There's Jack Sawinski. Yeah, no, it just takes back. I don't know what happened, but Jack Sawinski apparently doesn't have a page right now as Scherzer kicks and deals. That'll be inside ball one. 1-0 count to Jack Sawinski, batting .131, 3 homers, 6 RBIs, OPS of .542. As Scherzer sets on the 1-0. Kicks and deals. That is going to be inside ball two. And for some reason, cannot look at the stats of Sawinski. Doesn't have a page. He'll try again later. 2-0 count to Captain Jack as Scherzer sets. And he's going to step off. Marlon's doing great, having a good time. That's good. It's good for you, man. Cardinals, again, they've struggled. RFK is a Cardinals fan. 2-0 counts. Scherzer delivers, and that'll be checked to swing. And he did not go. 3-0. Sawinski can draw a good walk. I mean, OPS of .542, the batting average of .131. I mean, it's not the worst thing I've seen, as that's going to be in there for a called strike. So the count is 3-1. Again, a man on first. Nobody out here in the bottom of the second. Blue Jays are winning 5-0 over the Pirates. Scherzer looks over at first. Kicks and deals. That'll be inside ball four. Look at that, back-to-back walks. So there we go. We got a player up here. It's going to be Joey Bart. Is batting .243, OPS of .668, 2 homers and 21 RBIs on the season. Again, runners on first and second, nobody out. A good opportunity for the Pirates to actually fight back and maybe make this a game. I think most of us Pirates fans think, well, that's probably it. 5 runs is a lot to ask for. And Kirk is asking one of the Blue Jays, I don't know, the Blue Jays dug out for something. I'm not too sure, but there's a little bit of a stoppage of play. All right, I think we're good. As Sawinski takes his lead, Scherzer looks back at second. He sets, kicks, and fires. That is right down the middle for a called strike. 94 on the fastball. Again, Joey Bart is your guy at the plate. Scherzer sets, kicks, and deals. Swing and a miss. Strike 2 on the breaking ball. 0-2 to Bart. With Bart with a big smile for some reason. Now he's serious. And now he's going to ask for time. As you know, Joey Bart, not one of my favorite players by any means, but hey, got to pull for him, though. He's on the team. 0-2 count as Scherzer steps back on. Bart steps back in. He looks back at second. Scherzer sets. Looks back again. Kicks and deals. That's going to be low for ball one. Bart, again, just not doing what he did last year. Not a hustle guy either. 1-2 count. Scherzer looks back at second. Wheels and deals. That'll be inside for ball two. That one was close. Two and two counts. Working it from 0-2 to 2-2. 2 men on. Scherzer delivers. Ground ball Nice slide by the second baseman. Throws to first, but not in time. Bart runs it out. A rare infield single for Joey Bart. Those were not my words. That was literally Greg Brown. I'm telling you, this guy. Wow. Well, hey, the Pirates with bases loaded, nobody outs. That'll bring up Jared Triolo's batting 189, OPS of 576, 3 homers and 13 RBIs. All right, Scherzer kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. Strike 187 below the knees. Triolo was way out in front. 0-1 count. Scherzer sets and fires. Chopper, and that is a foul ball. Oh, and 2 count to Jared Triolo. Scherzer delivers. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball outside the zone. Triolo just couldn't lay off. He struck him out. So that opens up the double play possibility for being an inning ender here. That'll bring up again Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. There's a mound visit. I don't know if this is a players only. I think it's a players only. And Isaiah Kiner-Falefa batting 265, OPS of 635, 1 home run and 33 RBIs on the season. I actually remember when that home run was. That was against the Angels. I happen to call that game when I wasn't really doing this every day. I was doing this often, but not every single day like I am now. So I could say I saw his only home run of 2025. I know, I'm honored. All right, Scherzer is back on the mound as the meeting of the minds has concluded. Kiner-Falefa at the plate, bases loaded, 1 out. Scherzer sets and fires. That'll be inside for ball 1. Almost hit him, by the way. Maybe should have taken one for the team. Though that was 95. 1-0 counts. Scherzer sets and fires. That's going to be chopper off his foot as it's 1-1. Again, Scherzer has been very good in his last 3 starts. Career with the bases loaded for Kiner-Falefa, batting .359. Very solid. 1-1. Here is the pitch. That's going to be hit to right, and that one is foul. Would have been off the wall as it was off the foul wall. So 1-2. Again, bases loaded, 1 out for the Pirates. Trying to get back into it, at least fight. 1-2. Here is the pitch. That's going to be hit to third. Throws to first. Gets him by a step, but the Pirates do get a run in. As McCutcheon was able to cross home. Nice play by Clement. All right, with 2 outs and 2 men on, that'll bring up Ronnie Simon. He's batting .230, OPS of 576, no homers and 5 RBIs on the season. Again, runners on second and third. Scherzer sets and delivers. Breaking ball, that is in there for a called strike. Keller did not get that call earlier. Scherzer has gotten both so far. Simon, he struck out in the first inning. Scherzer kicks and deals. That'll be way inside for ball 1. And it looks like Simon does ask for time. Again, it's a 1-1 count, 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. 2 men on, runners on second and third. As it's a Blue Jays 5, Pirates 1. Scherzer delivers. That's going to be popped up. Bichette, Simon, no, pardon me, Clement. Clement will make the catch as Simon is out. But the Pirates do score a run regardless, as it's 5-1 as we head to the top of the third inning. Once again, folks, thank you guys for tuning on in. Thank you for clicking on this live stream. Really does help me out a lot. If you can, though, definitely press that like button, as it lets YouTube know that, hey, people like this. And definitely subscribe to the channel if you're a sports fan. Again, I do mostly Pirates, but I do bounce around, of course. And I will be back for tomorrow between these two teams, of course, Blue Jays and the Pirates in the afternoon, going live at, I believe it's 12:30 Eastern time. So if you want Game 3, I got you covered right here on Play-by-Play with Dr. Delay. You've made $26,000. This guy. Okay. Well, that's great for you, man. That's good. That's really good. All right, again, for scores around Major League Baseball, the Cubs defeated the Brewers in Game 1, 6-4. Currently happening, the Mets are leading the Nationals 5-0. Cardinals leading the Marlins 4-0. The Mariners and the Phillies are tied at 1 apiece in the top of the third. The Orioles and the Red Sox are tied at 0 in the top of the second. The Astros and the Tigers are tied at 0 as they head to the top of the second. And the Braves lead the White Sox 2-0 as they head to the top of the second. Once again, appreciate you guys for, again, tuning on in. Again, if you're a sports fan, this is definitely the channel for you. 2 up for the Blue Jays will be Lukes, France, and Clement. Lukes is 1 for 1 on the day. He is batting .254, OPS of 744, 10 homers and 51 RBIs. He has 2 RBIs on the day. Lukes is 2 for 3 in the series. So now I'd ask, would it be smart if I dumped a lot of money on Iowa State when the game is near? Really? You would think Iowa's, I don't know, it's going to be a close one. I wouldn't bet on any Big 12 versus Big 12 game, honestly. As Keller kicks and deals, that's going to be in there for a called strike. When it comes to the Big 12, just flip a coin. That's pretty much how it is. 0-1, here's the pitch. That's going to be a hit up the middle, and that's going to get through for a base hit. Sawinski is there to throw it in. And the Blue Jays are ready with the man on. That'll bring up Ty France. He's batting .259, OPS of 694, 6 homers and 46 RBIs. He is 0 for 3 in the series, and I believe we had a Reggie. Yeah, Reggie has the under on the strikeout. So if he strikes out once, it's over. So hopefully he doesn't strike out for Reggie's sake. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to right, and that is a foul ball. 0-1 count to Ty France again. He's taken over for Vladimir Guerrero. He got injured yesterday. 0-1 count. Keller sets. Kicks and deals. That's going to be hit to right, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Reynolds has it, is throwing to third, as Lukes is going to stay at second. That'll bring up Ernie Clement. Clement is 0 for 1 on the day. He is batting .281, OPS of 721, 9 homers and 40 RBIs. He is 1 for 4 in the series. As Keller delivers, that'll be outside for ball 186 on the breaking ball. Could not catch the zone. Thoughts on Fox's new scoreboard? It is terrible. It is actually horrible, RFK. It's so bad. That's going to be in there for a called strike. That one's in there with the breaking ball. 1-1 count to Clement. Again, runners on first and second. Nobody out here in the top of the third. Blue Jays leading 5-1. That's Keller. Looks over, kicks and deals, showing bunt, and he pops it up. Bart is going to let it drop. Throws to third. There's one. Throw to second. There is another. Bart with the best play he's done all year, using the noggin. Popped up. He was right under it again, letting it drop, throwing it to third, getting the double play. Beautiful. Beautiful. At least we have logos. Yeah, I know, but we went from terrible to straight up bad. All right, here's the pitch. That's going to be low for ball one. I mean, it's, yeah, the Fox's new, I don't know what, I'm sick and tired of, like, the minimalist stuff that companies and everything is doing. Like, just everything is just seeping into sports, and I don't like it. 1-0 count to Jimenez as I start to rant on the world. Keller kicks and deals. That's going to be hit to left, and that is a foul ball. 1-1 count to Jimenez. Again, Jimenez is 0 for 1 on the day. He's 1 for 4 so far in the series. Again, a runner on first with 2 outs here in the top of the third. As Keller rocks, sets, kicks, and deals. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Breaking ball in the dirt. Couldn't lay off. I need another bottle of water. 1-2 count. Keller looks over at first. Sets. And fires. That is way outside for ball 2. 82 on the sweeper that just never really had a chance. Fox scorebugs used to be so much better. Yeah. I completely agree. The ones they've used the past few years have been just not good. Here's the 2-2. That's going to be chopper foul. You know what? I've forgotten. Forgotten to remove that word. 2-2 count. 2 outs. Man on first. Here's the pitch. That is in the dirt, ball 3. Daniel Jones, yeah, I know that. But yeah, Fox, I would say, 2004? 2005? That was a pretty good year for score bugs for Fox. 08? 08, they were good still. I don't even remember the 2010s. I don't know. I like watching CBS games, honestly. The score bug is so much better on CBS. Here's the 3-2. That's going to be hit. And that is going to be foul. Of course, I prefer the AFC in general because of my Steelers. But, yeah, Fox, I don't know what they're doing. Count is 3-2. Again, 2 outs here in the top of the third. 1 man on. He's at first. Blue Jays leading 5-1 over the Pirates as Keller sets and fires. Called strike 3 below the knees. Keller gets a call. He struck him out. All right, nothing doing there for the Blue Jays as we head to the bottom of the third inning, where again the Blue Jays still lead 5-1 over the Pirates. Once again, thank you guys so much for clicking on this live stream. A super thank you if you're able to press that like button and subscribe to the channel for more play-by-play with Dr. Lay. Again, it's mostly Pirates on the channel, but of course, again, if you're a sports fan, then this is a good channel for you because I like sports. Hey, that's what I'm doing now. I'm calling the game. Calling sports games. And, of course, it'll be baseball and football, college football and NFL. College football will start, of course, this Saturday. I regret putting 2 games on there, but it is what it is. But I'll be doing both. And, of course, again, a lot of Pirates. So if you're a Pittsburgh fan, a lot of Steelers. Every single Steelers game on the for the season, I'll be doing it. So definitely subscribe to the channel. But, of course, again, if you're a Toronto fan, again, I do baseball. I know won't be doing every Blue Jays game. But, of course, I can guarantee you that I'll be doing tomorrow's game as I'll be returning Tomorrow afternoon, of course, 11:30 Central Time. That's where I'm located. 12:30, most likely, your time. Or, if you're in other time zones, that's perfectly fine, too. You can do the math accordingly. I will be here tomorrow as well for most likely the series decider, because it's not looking good tonight for the Battling Bucks. The Battling Buccos. Due up for the Pirates will be Horwitz, Reynolds, and Gonzalez. Horwitz is batting .259, OPS of .706, 5 homers and 34 RBIs on the season. He is 2 for 4 in the series. As we do have a brief delay, a little interview here, as here is the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. Thought there would be a delay. Thank goodness they did not. Again, Horwitz at the plate. It's 0 for 1 on the night. And the 0-1 is in there for a called strike, 0-2. Trying to call a game while they're showing an interview that's located not even in the stadium, so that's always tough to see him having to rely on the score bug. 0-2 count. So they're doing the multi-screen now. Here is the pitch. That's going to be in the dirt for ball 1. Count is 1-2. One and 2 count. Scherzer kicks and deals. That's going to be hit, and that is going to be a foul ball. I did forget to mention, feel free to chat down below. I try to read as many comments as possible. The slower the chat, the more likely I am able to read it. So there we go. This is your opportunity. 1-2 count. Scherzer delivers. That's going to be hit to center. And that is going to be caught for out number 1. Brian Reynolds is coming to the plate. He's 1 for 1 with a double. He's batting .244, OPS of .700, 13 homers and 62 RBIs. He's 1 for 5 in the series. As Scherzer delivers, that's going to be hit to the left, and that is a foul ball. Sunday, November 2nd. The Colts will beat the Steelers. Yeah, okay. Well, you guys did win last year. 0-1. Here is the pitch. That's going to be a ground ball to second. Oh, and he eats him up. Reynolds hustling, not in time, or not in time. He's not able to get there in time, I should say, as the throw was in time for out number 2. That's a my bad. My bad. That'll bring up Nick Gonzalez. He is 0 for 1 on the night, batting .276, OPS of .711, 5 homers, and 19 RBIs on the season. He is 1 for 5 in the series. Scherzer kicks and deals. That's going to be a swing and a miss. Strike 1. Oh, and 1 counts. Again, 5-1 is your score. Blue Jays leading the Pirates. Here is the pitch. That is going to be low for ball 1. Scherzer at 52 pitches. Not too bad. Probably gets into the 6th inning, barring any hiccups. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball below the zone. Gonzalez could not make contact. 1-2. 1-2 count. Scherzer delivers. That is way inside. Almost hit him for ball 2. 2-2, 2 outs, nobody on. Scherzer. Wind up and the pitch. That's going to be hit to right, as that is a foul ball. Once again, 2-2 count to Nick Gonzalez. Scherzer kicks and deals. That is inside for ball 3. Scherzer walking off, but no strike call there. That one was indeed inside. Scherzer looks like he was not too thrilled with the call. 3-2 count. Scherzer kicks and fires. That's going to be hit to the right, and that is a foul ball. Game is kind of slowing down. I'm sure you guys can feel it. Not much action as of late. 3-2. Scherzer wheels and deals. Called strike 3 on the inside corner. He struck him out. Nothing doing there for the Pirates. So we head to the top of the 4th, where the Blue Jays lead 5-1 over the Pirates. As far as final scores, we have just one. Again, earlier, the Cubs defeated the Brewers in Game 1, 6-4. Currently happening, the Mets currently leading over the Nationals 5-0 as they head to the top of the 5th. The Cardinals leading the Marlins 4-0 as they head to the bottom of the 4th. The Phillies, they are leading against the Mariners 3-1 in the bottom of the 3rd. Zeros in Boston as they host Baltimore. Zeros in Detroit as they host Houston. The Braves are leading 2-0 over the White Sox in the bottom of the 2nd. The Rangers, they're up 1-0 over the Royals as they head to the bottom of the 1st. And nothing doing in Minnesota as they're just now getting started against the A's. Again, appreciate you guys for clicking on this live stream. Thank you very much. Make sure to leave a like. Leave a like. Definitely helps out the channel. And, of course, again, if you're a sports fan, definitely subscribe to the channel as I've been here since opening day. And, of course, no plans on stopping anytime soon. It is mostly Pirates on the channel. You probably could figure that out. You probably could. But, again, I do bounce around every now and then. But, you know, it's really been mostly Pirates. And, of course, as we get closer to the postseason, which I will be doing the postseason, and, of course, some of the World Series as well, I will be doing a little bit more of the playoff teams, kind of just seeing how everything's looking, important games down the road. But, again, it is mostly Pirates. So, again, if you're a Pittsburgh fan, it's highly recommended to definitely subscribe to the channel. That'll bring up Miles Straw to lead off the top of the 4th. Here is the pitch. That is outside for ball 1. Straw walked earlier. He is batting .262, OPS of .671, 4 homers, and 27 RBIs. Here's the 1-0, and that's going to be chopped foul. 1-1 count to Miles Straw. I don't think he played yesterday. Didn't recognize. Yeah, no, he did not. But stole a base earlier today. Came across to score in the 2nd. Here is the 1-1. That's going to be hit to left, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Simon running, and Straw's going to take off to second and throws way over the second baseman's head, but Horwitz is there to back him up. Simon just chucking it to second, but he was definitely off target. Looking like O'Neal Cruz out there, just over everybody. Luckily, Horwitz was there. That'll bring up again George Springer. He homered in his last at-bat, batting .291, OPS of .899, 20 home runs, and 61 RBIs. Springer is 1 for 1 and was hit by a pitch to begin the ball game, as that's going to be outside for ball 1. 1-0 count. Yeah, it's been a while since you've done that. 1-0 count to George Springer. Runner on second. Keller looks back at second. Kicks and deals. Breaking ball in the dirt. Landed in the grass. Oh, my goodness. Again, Keller's been he's been everywhere. And we do have a pitcher warming up in the Pirates bullpen. Keller sets, kicks, and deals. That is in the dirt, ball 3. Keller just can't find anything. As Greg Brown just said, Keller's given up 21 runs in the last 19 innings he's pitched. 3-0 count. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit foul as the camera zooms in onto the Allegheny. 3-1 count to George Springer. Again, 1 for 1 on the day. Hit a home run to kind of avenge what happened earlier. Again, he was plunked as Keller looks back at second. Kicks and deals. That's going to be hit to left, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Simon is going to throw home, and that was cut off by IKF. And that was very nice of him, because if he had thrown it home, I feel like Springer would probably be at second. All right, that'll bring up Addison Barger. It's batting .261, OPS of .805, 18 homers and 59 RBIs. Barger is 0 for 1 with a walk today. Springer chats it up with Horwitz. Horwitz, of course, was with Toronto last year. As Keller looks over at first, sets, and delivers. That's going to be a chopper, and that is a foul ball. Again, the Blue Jays, you look at their statistics, you're going to see a lot of players with some very solid numbers, especially compared to the Pirates. As Keller sets, kicks and deals. That's going to be low. Bart has to run and try to pounce on it, but it doesn't matter. Springer takes off and takes second. And Keller's just been everywhere. So the infield comes in a little bit, trying to, again, they'll probably be throwing home, trying to keep this 5-1. As that's a swing and a miss, strike 2. 90 miles per hour out of the zone. OPS of an .805 would be leading the Pirates, by the way, if you're a Blue Jays fan. Like, what am I talking about? Well, no, .805 would be by far leading the Pirates. No one really close to that. Here's the 1-2. That is outside for ball 2. Two and 2 here to Barger. Keller delivers. That's going to be in the dirt. Bart is able to stop it. Keep it from going back behind. I mean, again, Keller's been very wild. Keller has just been in the dirt, away, in the dirt, in the way. Hit when you threw one and landed in the grass. I mean, it's been unfortunate. As here is the 3-2. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball out of the zone. Barger bit. He struck him out. That'll bring up Bo Bichette. It's batting .296, OPS of .802, 16 homers and 82 RBIs, and it looks like Keller's night is done. So at least he gets to end on a high note with the strikeout, but Keller is finished. The book isn't closed, as he's still responsible, of course, for the runners on second and third. But 3 1/3, 7 hits, 5 earned runs, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts, and hit Springer earlier. So again, just not a good night. So a pitching change. Astros Tigers score. We have 0-0 in Detroit, Brandon. Nothing doing. You have scored as many runs as the Astros and the Tigers tonight. Again, feel free to chat down below, talk about whatever you'd like. I try to read as many comments as possible. But again, if you do like the channel, if you are appreciating or whatever, maybe you don't appreciate it, hey, regardless, leave a like. Leave a like. Hit that like button. Definitely subscribe to the channel, though. If you're just a baseball fan, a sports fan in general, this is what I do. I do baseball. I do football. It's mostly Pittsburgh stuff. But, of course, I do other things as well. Other teams, sometimes. It really just depends. Like tomorrow, I'll be covering the final game of the series, but later that night I'll be doing Brewers and Cubs. So, again, I try to get other teams involved. Of course, it is mostly National League teams. The Blue Jays, I mean, I'm not going to lie to the Blue Jays fans here. Oh, yeah, no, I've been frequently in Toronto. No, not really. This was actually, you'll see one. It's Giants, Blue Jays, I think. I can't remember. Was it Giants, Blue Jays? Yeah, I mean, been a while. And then there was another one way earlier in the season, like Blue Jays and Padres. Yeah, right there. So not really much of the Blue Jays, but you know what? You guys are doing well, and I'm sure I will see you guys. If you guys continue to do well, I'll see you guys, in the playoffs possibly. Again, I plan on doing the postseason, so definitely subscribe. And, of course, if you guys make it to the World Series, that is like a guarantee I'll see you guys there. Again, Bo Bichette at the plate, batting .296, OPS of .802, 16 homers and 82 RBIs. As here is the pitch. That is going to be outside, but it's called a strike. Kylie says, let's go, Bucks. It's been a rough one. It's been a rough one, Kylie. Thank you, as always, for stopping on by. As Ramirez kicks and deals. That is going to be way outside for ball one. Ramirez, this is the line on him. A 1-1 record, 7.02 ERA, whip of a 1.74. So, if you're a Blue Jays fan, you're probably feeling pretty good. Ramirez rocks, sets, kicks, and deals. Check this swing. Did he go? Appeal to first. He did. Strike two. That one was way outside, by the way. I feel like I got to mention that. Oh, yeah, no, he went. 1-2 to Bo Bichette. It's Ramirez sets, kicks, and deals. That's going to be hit to right, and that is a foul ball. Bats .296 on base, a .339, so doesn't really walk a lot. 520 at bats. That's a lot of at bats. Jeez. Here's the 1-2. That is upstairs for ball two. Jeez. Might get close to 700. Maybe, 650, 660 on the at bats. That'd be interesting. And that's a lot. 2-2 count. Here is the pitch. Ground ball to third. Oh, what a play. Throws to first for out number 2. Infield on the grass, and ICAF makes a heck of a play. Wow. Okay, well, that keeps the runners at second and third. That'll bring up Alejandro Kirk. It's batting .293, OPS of .759. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. And I mean, man, did he rear back for that one. Kirk is 1 for 2, had an RBI single in the first. 9 homers and 54 RBIs on the year for him. 0-1 count. Ramirez sets and delivers. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Ramirez may be able to get out of Keller's mess. Runners on second and third, 2 outs here in the top of the fourth. Blue Jays leading 5-1, looking to extend their lead. As Ramirez rocks, sets, kicks, and deals. Called strike 3. He struck him out on the fastball looking. The Pirates able to get out of the jam. As we head to the bottom of the fourth, the Blue Jays lead 5-1 over the Pirates. Man, it's So, yeah, Keller's night would be officially done. So, yes, he does not allow a single, or, he allows 5 earned, but no more. No more. That is it. Once again, thank you guys so much for stopping on by, clicking on the live stream. Definitely helps this little channel out a lot. Super thank you if you're able to leave a like. Leave a like. Press that like button. And, of course, subscribing to the channel does help. Only do it, of course, if you're just enjoying the play-by-play I try. I will mess up quite a bit, but hopefully you guys don't notice or care. And yeah, if you're a sports fan, it's not just a Pittsburgh channel, though, again, I do mostly Pittsburgh, but I do bounce around and try to show off other teams as well. This is not the first time I've seen the Blue Jays. I did the Blue Jays and Padres earlier in the season. Blue Jays and Giants were featured on this channel not too long ago. But, of course, again, I'll be doing every single game of the Pirates Blue Jays. I'll be back tomorrow if you're a Blue Jays fan. Of course, if you're a Pirates fan and haven't already subscribed, well, okay. Well, I guess I'll just have to go cry about it a little bit later then. I don't know. That's just unfortunate. Due up for the Pirates will be McCutchen, Sawinski, and Bart. McCutchen and Sawinski both were able to draw the walk. I wonder if Sawinski's page is going to work this time. Oh, it is. Look at that. It was fixed. That's always good. Again, Blue Jays lead 5-1. Kylie is tired. Go ahead and go to sleep, Kylie. Just go ahead and go to sleep. The Pirates, I don't know. I'm not feeling the Pirates tonight, Kylie, so go ahead and get some rest. And, hey, you know what? If they win, you'll wake up happy. Look at that. McCutchen's batting .239, OPS of .698, 11 homers, and 41 RBIs on the season. Scherzer kicks and deals. That'll be outside for ball 1. Again, McCutchen walking in the first appearance. 1-0 count. Scherzer delivers. That is going to be inside for ball 2. So Scherzer, again, showing some respect, or maybe just not able to locate, but right now McCutchen has a good eye on Scherzer. 2-0. Here is the pitch. That is going to be in there for a called strike. 85 on the outside corner. McCutchen again walked in the second. He's the only run for the Pirates today. 2-1. Here is the pitch. That is going to be just in there for not a called strike. It was a ball, so a little bit of a call going for the Pirates. That's always nice to see for a change. 3-1. Scherzer kicks and deals. Way outside, ball 4, and Scherzer is not happy. Really upset with himself, I think, on that one. Hopefully not it. Well, I mean, again, if he's upset at the umpire, there should have been a strike there on previous pitch. Jack Sawinski batting .131, OPS of .548, 3 homers and 6 RBIs. He walked earlier. What color benefits? College football blue is already taken. Here is the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. College football. If you can't use blue, okay, I see what you're doing, RFK. 0-1 count. Scherzer looks over at first. Kicks and deals. That's going to be low for ball 1. I don't know. That's a good question. I mean, I think of blue. I think of the NCAA logo, and that's interesting. 1-1 counts. Scherzer kicks and deals. That's going to be hit. Broken bat to short, and he's going to make the catch for out number 1. That's just unfortunate. I mean, the two best conferences use blue and white. I mean, Big Ten and SEC. So, yeah, I mean, I literally think of blue. And again, the NCAA logo, I don't know. That's a tough one. Joey Bart, he's batting .247, OPS of .673, 2 homers and 21 RBI. Even the ACC uses blue. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to right, and that is a foul ball. The Pac-10 was blue and white. Like, everything is blue and white in college. I mean, obviously not the Big 12, but, you know. 0-1 count here to Joey Bart. Bart, again, is 1 for 1 on the day. Was able to run it out on an infield single. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a chopper to third. Throws to second. There's one. And not. Oh, wow. Double play. I thought Bart beat it out, but not able to do it. And Kelly's going to see if he beat it. Oh, no, he did not. So a double play indeed to end the inning as we head to the top of the fifth. The Blue Jays leading 5-1 over the Pirates. You're back just in time for the double play, Kylie. That is unfortunate. Once again, folks, thank you guys for tuning on in. Definitely hit that like button. If you haven't done so already, definitely hit that like button. And, of course, subscribe to the channel if you're a sports fan. Again, I do mostly Pirates. You can probably see that. Of course, if you don't recognize the jersey, I don't blame you. The Pirates have yet to use it this year. We use the Pirates whenever we're home, and we use our black jerseys. We decided to use our away black jerseys, so we have yet to break these out, and this is the best jersey we have. So only in Pittsburgh would we wear our away jerseys at home. Only with the Pirates. And, of course, I'll be doing plenty of football. So if you're a football fan, if you're a Steelers fan, and, you know, if the Pirates aren't enough for you, I'll be doing every single Steelers game. And, of course, other NFL games as well. I'll actually be having you guys vote every single week. NFL, you know, so 18 polls, week 1, 18. So pretty much after the Steelers game, I'll be doing whatever you guys voted for. So definitely subscribe to the channel for that. The first poll will go up September 1st for week 1. Thanks, Joey. I know, Joey's so good. He comes through. But, of course, tonight, though, he's not really one of the problems. He's one of 2 Pirates with hits. So I got to give him credit. He's doing okay tonight. But, yeah, no. He's just been bad this year, though. Again, due up for the Blue Jays, Lukes, France, and Clement. Lukes is 2 for 2 on the night. So, again, it's just been a rough night for the Pirates. Luke's batting .257, OPS of .749, 10 homers and 51 RBIs. What's up, Doctor? How's it going, Anthony? Thank you for stopping on by. Got Blue Jays and Pirates. Pirates looking not so good. Looking like that the poll, 42% say Toronto's coming back to take the series, and that's looking very, very realistic. We'll see, though. Again, splitting the series, or, you know, splitting the next 2, I should say, is 35%, which that's also very likely. Here's the pitch. That's going to be in there for a called strike. 23% of you guys think the Pirates get the sweep. The Pirates getting the sweep would be amazing. It'd be an amazing comeback tonight. I don't know if that's going to happen. 0-1 count to Lukes. Ramirez delivers. That's way inside for ball 1. Penguins is a good jersey. Yes. Yeah, no, my wife has a Penguins jersey. 1-1 count. Ramirez sets. Kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. What do you think they do at catcher next year? Go back to Endy? I would think so. It's been kind of the future, I guess. Here is the 1-2. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. He struck him out. Ramirez has looked pretty good tonight despite his 7 ERA. As my voice is starting to give way, I will fight it off, though, because I am a hero. Yeah, no, I would assume so. I'd assume it's Endy. He's just had some problems with the health, of course. Staying healthy as France is coming to plate. He's 1 for 2. Here is the pitch. That is in there for a called strike. France batting .261, OPS of .697, 6 homers and 46 RBIs. Again, he cannot strike out because we have a bettor in the comments that needs him to be under 0.5 strikeouts, as that's going to be a ground ball to short. That's music to his ears. Throws to first for out number 2. So as of now, Reggie, you're good. If you're still tuned in. If not, that's okay. That is okay. That'll bring up Ernie Clement. He's batting .280, OPS of 719, 9 homers, and 40 RBIs. He's 0 for 2 on the night as Ramirez kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. You guys are keeping Bart. Yeah. Oh yeah. Honestly, would not surprise me. So you know what? I think he could find his form. Yeah, you know, he'll tap into that 2024. Here's the 0-1. Chopper to third. IKF has it. Throws to first. Gets him by a step. Out number 3. Very quick inning. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Blue Jays still lead 5-1. Yeah, I could definitely see that. All right, let's see here. The Cubs again defeated the Brewers in Game 1 of the doubleheader today, 6-4. Currently, though, Brewers and Cubs getting underway. The Brewers have 2 runners on with 2 outs in the top of the 1st. Zeros in Minnesota as they host the A's. 1-1 in Kansas City as they host the Rangers. The White Sox leading the Braves 3-2 as they head to the top of the 4th. Let's see. The Astros and Tigers are tied at 0 apiece as they head to the top of the 4th. The Red Sox lead the Orioles 1-0. The Phillies lead the Mariners 4-1. Cardinals leading the Marlins 6-2, and the Mets all over the Nationals 6-0. Word search. I do not know. I have no idea, Kylie. Am I doing a word search? No. But honestly, I'd probably produce as many runs as the Pirates did if I were to do a word search right now on stream. He's not bad. I mean, he's not bad, I guess. It depends on the term bad. Defensively, I mean, he had a nice play earlier. I don't know. I just don't like the lack of effort. I really don't. Should the Pirates steal Skeens? No, we should not. We should not. We should hold on to him for a few more years. Definitely don't need to trade him anytime soon. But again, he'll have a lot of leverage, I think, when it comes to arbitration. I think that is next year, after next year. Yeah, it's going to be pretty tough. He will have a lot of leverage, and I think he will probably win his cases. Triolo will be leading off for the Pirates here in the bottom of the 5th. Triolo's batting .188, OPS of .571, 3 homers, and 13 RBIs on the season. Here is the pitch. That's going to be outside for ball 1. Bailey is bad. Yeah, the Giants don't have a good catcher. Hey, you guys can have Bart. You guys got rid of him. You can have him back. 1-0 counts. Scherzer delivers. That's going to be outside, but it's called a strike. 1-1 count. Patrick Bailey, Giants catcher. Yeah, usually he's always batting around 200 every time I call a game for him. Here's the 1-1. That'll be in there for a called strike. 1-2. Again, Trailer not even batting 200. 188, but he is playing a little bit better as of late. Scherzer kicks and deals. That'll be inside for ball 2. Triolo is bad. Doctor with jokes. Do I have jokes? I don't know about that. 2-2 count. Scherzer wheels and deals. That's going to be hit to right. May stay in play. It does not, as that is a souvenir. A lot of blue in the crowd as they cut to the crowd there. Really for the first time all game, and I see why. A lot of blue in Pittsburgh. Once again, a 2-2 count to Jared Triolo. Nobody out. Here is the pitch. That's going to be hit to right. On the run, and that's going to be into the fence. Barger kind of hit the fence a little bit, so he should be somewhat okay, but it's still a little scary. So we'll do this again. hitting a little bit of the railing. Ooh, yeah, maybe he did take a little bit of a hit. His thigh, yeah. You know what, Bart? Oof. Count is 2-2 to Triolo. Scherzer kicks and deals. That's going to be poked to right. Barger is under it and will make the catch for out number 1. That'll bring up Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. He's batting .264, OPS of .633, 1 homer and 34 RBIs on the season. He is 0 for 1 tonight. Scherzer, again, he's been pitching very well in this one. Here is the pitch. That is in there for a called strike. Count is 0-1 to IKF. Scherzer kicks and deals. That's going to be hit, and that is a foul ball. Count is 0-2. Scherzer wheels and deals. That's going to be hit to right, and that is, again, a foul ball. A lot of foul balls to the right side. Everyone's pretty much late on Scherzer. 0-2. Scherzer kicks and fires. That is outside for ball 1. 1-2. Scherzer pretty solid tonight, as here is pitch number 80. That's going to be what you'll never guess. It's a foul ball. Another foul ball. This at-bat will continue. One and two here. Scherzer just shaking off everything. Doesn't like what he's communicating with the catcher. Here's the 1-2. That is outside for ball 2. IKF doing a good job laying off there. Two and two. Scherzer kicks and deals. That's going to be hit to right at the first baseman. France, he makes a nice play. That is out number 2. Nice contact, but again, a better reaction by France. That'll bring up Ronnie Simon. Ronnie Simon batting .226. OPS of .568. No homers and 5 RBIs on the season. He's 0 for 2 tonight. Here's the pitch. That'll be outside for ball 1. 83 on the changeup. Man. Voice is going. That's not good. 1-0 count. Scherzer kicks and fires. That'll be outside for ball 2. Two-0 count. Scherzer delivers. Big swing and a miss. Strike 1. Simon trying there. You got to give him credit for at least trying to jump on one. 2-1 count. Here is the pitch. That'll be low for ball 3. Breaking ball just below the knees. You don't like the realignment of the division? I don't either. Yassine. I don't know. I think it's fine with how it is. 3-1. Here is the pitch. Simon hits this to center. At the wall, leaping grab, making the catch. Oh, Straw hitting the wall as he made the catch for out number 3. Simon gave it a good charge, but Straw with a nice timing there, and Scherzer loved it. Loved it so much. Wow, we head to the top of the 6th. Blue Jays still lead 5-1 over the Pirates. Man, Well, if you wanted offense, you should have tuned in for the first 2 innings, kind of like last night's game, and then it kind of went a little crazy at the end of the game with the Blue Jays again kind of offering the Pirates win number 53, but not happening for win number 54. I don't think it will happen tonight, barring again a interesting final few frames here. But again, folks, thank you guys so much for tuning on in. Hopefully you like it enough to hit that like button. Definitely helps out the channel. And of course, subscribe to the channel if you're a sports fan. It is mostly Pittsburgh content on here, but of course, again, if you're a sports fan in general, you need to listen to something while you do chores or, while you're at work. If you're able to listen to at work, stuff like that, definitely do it. Definitely subscribe. I'll always be here. I've been pretty active, especially as of late. Haven't missed a stream or a day in the last 3 weeks now. Been pretty active. Again, I'm trying to move on up. The grind is slow, but it's slowly paying off. So again, thank you guys for even clicking on this live stream. And if you're able to like and subscribe, it definitely helps out the channel. It's free, won't cost you a dime, $0.00. Thunderstorms. Oof, I had thunderstorms here last night. They were pretty bad. Due up for the Blue Jays will be Jimenez, Straw, and Springer. As Jimenez, it's 0 for 2, batting .223, OPS of .623, 5 homers, and 23 RBIs. Here's the pitch. That's going to be outside for ball one. Ramirez is out there again. 1-0 count to the second baseman, Jimenez. Ramirez sets and fires. That's going to be hit, and that's going to be popped up. Wait, didn't you say if you had 500 subs, you'd quit? I did. I'd be forced to due to the agreement I made, but we have smashed that goal for sure. So I'm not going anywhere. I am not going anywhere. 1-1 count. Ramirez kicks and deals. That's going to be outside ball 2. Definitely very lucky right now. Very appreciative of you guys again tuning in and all that stuff. 2-1. Ramirez rocks, sets, kicks, and deals. That'll be outside ball 3. Jump in the pool. Jump in the pool. I don't have a pool, unfortunately. It would be nice. Probably not on this property. No, not happening. 3-1 count. Ramirez sets and fires. That's going to be popped up, and that is going to become a souvenir. So it's 3-2. Three and two count. Ramirez rocks, sets, kicks, and deals. That's going to be hit to left, and that is a foul ball. Has tied a strikeout. No, I shouted you out earlier. No strikeouts as of yet. But again, the Blue Jays are doing a pretty good job as far as moving the lineup. So he may have possibly 5 at-bats. So I know more at-bats, the more it hurts you. But as of now, you're good. You're good. No strikeouts for France. As here's the 3-2. That's going to be hit to center, where Sawinski is calling it off, and he's under it and makes the catch for round number 1. Yeah, France is 1 for 3, but again, no strikeouts, Reggie. You are good. You are good for now. That will bring up Miles Straw. Again, he had a fantastic catch to end the last inning. It's 1 for 1 with a walk. He's batting .265, OPS of .682, 4 homers and 27 RBIs on the season. As here is the pitch. That'll be in there for a called strike. Showing a young Blue Jays fan with the old Blue Jays, well, old as in like the 2010s Blue Jays jersey, but with an Expos hat. Very interesting there. 0-1, here is the pitch. Chopper up the middle. Triolo has it, throws to first, gets him by a step. for out number 2. And that will bring up George Springer. Springer hit a home run in the earlier second inning. Springer is 2 for 2 and was hit by a pitch. It's batting .293, OPS of .902, 20 homers, and 61 RBIs on the season. Very good. Very good year for him. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball outside, but it's called a strike. Springer does this repeatedly. Usually means, again, he didn't like the call. And, yeah, no, again, it was outside. 0-1. Ramirez sets. Wheels and deals. That'll be outside as it's ball 1. Oh, you bet the over. Oh, snap, Reggie. Uh-oh. We've been cheering for the wrong thing. 1-1 counts. Ramirez kicks and fires. That's going to be a swing and a miss. Strike 2. 98 right down the middle. Come and get it. He couldn't there. 1-2. Ramirez rocks, sets, and delivers. That's going to be hit to right, and that is going to be a souvenir, a foul ball. One and two counts. Ramirez sets on the 1-2 and fires. That is breaking ball away for ball 2. Will he bat again at least one more time unless he's pinch hit for, which would be so unfortunate. It's like if he's pinch hit for, then they're listening to our chat right now, 100%. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Hey, struck him out. Ramirez looking good tonight for a change. So we get to the bottom of the 6th. Your score is Blue Jays 5, Pirates 1. Again, if you liked offense, should have tuned in earlier. It's been zeros since the second inning. Once again, folks, appreciate you guys for stopping on by. Thank you for just clicking on the live stream. It really helps out this little channel. If you're able to, definitely leave a like, hit that like button, and again, possibly subscribe to the channel if you're a sports fan. Especially if you're a Pittsburgh sports fan. But, you know, again, all sports fans are welcome. I even adjusted that on the this page. Dallas Cowboys fans, I am trying, okay? That is the one fan base that, you know, I'm mentally preparing for. But, hey, every fan base is pretty much welcome, even Dallas Cowboys fans. So, again, definitely subscribe to the channel if you are a sports fan. Let's see here. The Mets, again, they're all over the Nationals 7-0. Cardinals, they lead 6-2 over the Marlins. Phillies lead the Mariners 4-1. Let's see. The Astros and Tigers are tied at 0 apiece. Red Sox lead the Orioles 1-0. Braves leading the White Sox 4-3. Rangers leading the Royals 2-1. Athletics lead the Twins 2-1. Brewers, they are up 1-0 on the Cubs. And, of course, the Cubs defeated the Brewers 6-4 earlier today in Game 1. But yeah, again, appreciate you guys for even clicking on this live stream. Really helps me out a lot. And, of course, I'll be back tomorrow for the final game of the series. So, again, if you are a fan of either of these two teams and need someone to call the game tomorrow, if you're not able to watch it, that's where I come in. I'll be back tomorrow. 12:30 Eastern Time is when I go live. 12:35 first pitch, again, Eastern Time. So definitely come back for that for Game 3. As Spencer Horwitz will be leading off here in the bottom of the 6th. As Scherzer kicks and fires. That'll be low, but it's called a strike. 0-1. Spencer Horwitz, again, 0 for 2 on the night. Batting .258, OPS of .704, 5 homers and 34 RBIs on the season. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit to center. Straw calls the left fielder off and makes the catch for out number 1. And that will bring up Brian Reynolds. He is 1 for 2 and had a double in the first inning. Batting 243, OPS of 698, 13 homers, and 62 RBIs. Here's the pitch. That's going to be chopped foul. Oh. Thought there was rain happening. Like there was not supposed to be rain tonight. That was yesterday. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. Ground ball, and that is ripped foul. Once again, 0-2. Scherzer doesn't look thrilled. He's sweaty. He's a sweaty guy, as I'm assuming Reynolds asked for time. Scherzer looks so intense. All right, looks like Reynolds is good. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit left, and that is a foul ball. Once again, 0-2 count. Blue Jays leading 5-1 over the Pirates here in the bottom of the sixth. 1 out. Reynolds is at the plate. Scherzer kicks and fires. What am I talking about? That's going to be fouled back. Starting to fall apart here in the sixth inning. I'm sorry, guys, if you're just listening in or watching. Regardless, it's not fun. Not fun if I'm messing up every few seconds. Count is 0-2. Scherzer kicks and deals. Ground ball to first, and that one actually is just foul. France was all over it, but did not matter. It's like Brian Reynolds is messing with his eye, so probably a contact. Just got blurry, so this is not going to end well for Reynolds. 0-2. Scherzer delivers. That is outside for ball one in the dirt. 85 on the gun. And again, he's at 95 pitches, so I don't know if they'll let him finish or not, especially if Reynolds is able to work this count. 1-2, here's the pitch. That's going to be poked to right center, and that's going to drop in for a base hit. So even with the contact having some issues, he's able to make contact. So maybe he needs that all the time. That'll bring up Gonzalez. Nick Gonzalez, he's 0 for 2 on the night. He's batting .275, OPS of 709, 5 homers, and 19 RBIs on the season. Runner on first, 1 out. Scherzer sets and fires. That is outside for ball one. 97 on the pitch count. Watching that closely. He would love a double play here. Scherzer looks over at first. Sets. Wheels and deals. Ground ball, and that's going to get past the third baseman as it's off his glove. Trying to find it. And he's able to get back on it. And it'll keep Reynolds at second. But look at that again. Runners on first and second here for the Pirates. Just a ground ball. Again, just looks like he just mistimed it. Knocks it kind of foul. And again, Clement had to quickly get on it. That'll bring up McCutchen. Andrew McCutchen. He's had 2 walks tonight. And that might be it for Scherzer. So there's a mound visit again. I'm not too sure what is happening. Third baseman Clement, he's shaking his head, kicking dirt, looking like I don't know. Regardless, McCutchen batting .239, OPS of 711 homers and 41 RBIs. Again, Scherzer at 98 pitches, and they have not said that he's being pulled or anything. So I'll try to get that information along to you as soon as possible. Looks like Lewis Varland is warming up in the Blue Jay bullpen. All right, McCutchen is stepping up to the plate. So far, McCutchen has walked both times against Scherzer. Scherzer sets, kicks, and fires. That's going to be hit to center. And sliding catch. What a catch by Straw. Diving, leaving his feet. Had he missed it, it would have been, well, that would have been unfortunate, but it's unfortunate for the Pirates. Oh, man. What a diving catch by Straw. That'll bring up Jack Sawinski. He's batting 130, OPS of 543, 3 homers and 6 RBIs on the season. Scherzer, again, really excited about it. Jumping off. Scherzer looks back at second on pitch number 100. Here it is. That is inside for ball 1. Again, 2 outs. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Runners on first and second. Pirates with a chance. Can they make it happen? Scherzer kicks and deals. That's going to be hit to left, and that is a foul ball. One and one to Jack Sawinski. Scherzer sets and fires. Checked his swing. That is upstairs for ball 2 again. Sawinski is pretty good at drawing a walk. His on-base percentage is 163 more points than his batting average. Of course, the on-base is only 293, which, yeah, it's okay, I guess. Not great. 2 and 1. Here is the pitch. Sawinski pops it up, but that is getting out of play. So 2 and 2. 2 and 2 is the count. 2 men on. 2 outs. Deuces are wild, some may say. As Scherzer sets. Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. We head to the top of the 7th. The Blue Jays still lead 5-1 over the Pirates. Well, hey, it is what it is for the Pirates. Still got plenty of time. Of course, Scherzer, that was probably his last inning, so maybe the bullpen will be a lot more kind to the Pirates. Yeah, appreciate you guys for stopping on by and clicking on the live stream. I know there's a lot more options out there. Or maybe there's not. Maybe I'm the only one tonight. So, again, thank you guys for tuning on in. If you do enjoy it, definitely leave a like. Press that like button and definitely consider subscribing to the channel if you're a sports fan, baseball fan, football fan. That's what I do here. I do baseball and football. Of course, the MLB, NFL, and NCAA football. Of course, it's mostly Pittsburgh sports, but again, you know, I have demonstrated in the past that I do bounce around and will call the game. So, again, if you're just a pure baseball fan, I'll do it. And just recently we did Brewers and Reds. Of course, tomorrow I'll be doing Brewers and Cubs. Padres, Dodgers, Braves, Mets, Padres, Giants. And, of course, there's some NFL on there. Did some preseason. Of course, I'll be, if you're a football fan, preseason, hey, I'll be doing the Steelers and Panthers on Thursday night. So definitely, again, if you're a Steelers fan, definitely subscribe to the channel. If you need play-by-play for the Steelers, hey, I've been a Steelers fan all my life. I'll be doing it. Giving that a shot. Again, thank you very much for even just being here and joining the live stream. Feel free to chat down below as well. Try to read as many comments as possible. The Blue Jays will be leading off with Barger, Bichette, and Kirk. And I'm assuming Ramirez is going to be out there again, as Addison Barger will be leading off the top of the 7th. He's batting .261, OPS of 802, 18 homers and 59 RBIs. Barger is 0 for 2 with a walk. And I did forget to mention, especially the Blue Jays fans, I might not see you again. Hey, I'll be back tomorrow for Game 3. So definitely come back tomorrow, as here is the pitch. That is upstairs for ball 1. 1-0 counts to Addison Barger. 0 for 2, as I said earlier, walked in the first and came across to score. Here is the 1-0. Checked his swing, but it's called a strike. On the outside corner, Scherzer pretty happy with himself, walking around the dugout, smiles. And a pretty good outing for him. 1-1 counts. Ramirez kicks and fires. Breaking ball in there for a called strike. And looks like the Pirates will be warming up Colin Holderman. He's looking for just to get back to what he was doing before the year slump, as that's going to be popped up, and that is fouled back. So 2-2. But we'll go over Holderman's stats very, very soon. I'm sure he'll be coming in this inning. Unfortunately. I mean, I'd rather just wait to the 8th. This game is already kind of dragging along here. Not much offense since the second inning. 2-2. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball outside for ball 3. I do like offense, especially in baseball. In football, I love good defense in football. Baseball, I prefer high scoring. Here's the 3-2. That's going to be hit to left, and that is a foul ball. Three and 2 is the count to Addison Barger. Again, he's looking for his first hit of the night. He has gotten on base, though. 3-2. Ramirez sets. Wheels and deals. That's going to be hit right to the third baseman, Kiner Falefa, for out number 1. Kiner Falefa's made some nice plays tonight. And looks like that will be it for Ramirez. Looks like that is it. As Don Kelly comes out. And that'll do it for Ramirez. Pretty good outing for him. Good job. Everyone else telling him a good job as well. Again, he's not exactly the best pitcher on the Pirates, especially this year. But lowering that ERA from a 7 to a 5.95, and the Pirates fans actually giving him a standing ovation, as they may be sitting quickly for Colin Holderman, who again is looking to refine his form. So a pitching change underway. Bear with me, folks. Again, the Mets lead the Nationals 7-0 in the bottom of the 8th. The Cardinals lead the Marlins 7-4 in the top of the 7th. Phillies, they lead the Mariners 4-1 in the top of the 7th. The Astros and the Tigers, it's 0-0 there in the bottom of the 5th. The Orioles lead the Red Sox 3-1 in the bottom of the 5th. The Rangers lead the Royals 2-1 in the bottom of the 5th. In the top of the 5th, we have the White Sox leading the Braves 8-4. The Athletics lead the Twins 2-1. The Brewers lead the Cubs 1-0. And the Dodgers and the Rockies are just now getting underway in Denver. It's 0-0 there. And, of course, the Cubs defeated the Brewers 6-4 in Game 1. Colin Holderman, again, he is going to be your pitcher for the Pirates. You can see why I'm not exactly thrilled. It's been, again, a little bit of a U-turn on his career. 0-1, 9.91 ERA. And, again, he was really solid. Really solid, especially when we acquired him. Had a little bit of a rough start in Pittsburgh, 6.75 when we acquired him. But it wasn't too bad in 2023. 2024, the numbers might look a lot better. But, again, his ERA was in the ones for a good bit there, and then it just fell apart at the end of the year. And that continued into this year. And you can see, again, that's where his stats are. All right, again, Bo Bichette is at the plate. He's batting .296, OPS of .802, 16 homers and 82 RBIs. Lonnie, hey, I'm really enjoying this game. I love it when you just call the game in clean language, not talking about anybody else or chatting away to the chat. Yeah, no, I appreciate it. That's going to be hits right. I pretty much just did exactly what you said for me not to do there. So Bichette with a single to start off Holderman's night. My bad. Thank you, though. I appreciate it. I try. Again, I do want to interact with you guys, of course, and I know a good amount of people do enjoy that. But yes, no, you guys did come here for the game, not necessarily me. As Holdeman kicks and deals. That's going to be in the dirt. Ball got away, and he will stay at first. Of course, if I do a decent enough job, then you guys stick around. That's kind of where it's like you do come for me because I do an okay job. As Chris does indeed cheer for the Brewers. Again, the Brewers losing game one, looking to split the doubleheader today. 1-0 count. Holderman kicks and fires. That's going to be hit to right. And that one is out of the stadium. That one is gone. Alejandro Kirk with a 2-run home run. And the Blue Jays now lead 7-1 as Holderman's struggles will continue. And I feel so bad for him. I don't understand. I don't understand what happened to the guy. Holderman was very good. He was a solid reliever, and now he is, quite honestly, one of the worst relievers I've ever seen. After being a young, promising, solid bullpen piece, that's going to be in there for a called strike. This is Nathan Lukes. He's 2 for 3, batting .256, OPS of 745, 10 homers and 51 RBIs on the season. Holderman rocks, sets, and fires. That is going to be outside ball one. Interacting and calling the game. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. I try, Chris. I try. 1-1 counts. Holderman deals. That's going to be hit to left, and that is a foul ball. You know, I'm sure, again, Pittsburgh fans not too thrilled with Holderman. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm not, but of course, he kind of reminds me, and maybe it's not an accurate comparison, but I'm sure many of you guys remember Chris Boswell in 2018 pretty much cost the Steelers the playoffs that year. Here's the 1-2. That'll be outside ball 2. So, I mean, if anyone here, again, you know, I understand the Toronto fans may not pay attention as much to the NFL, but Chris Boswell, again, he struggled. He looked so defeated. Here is the 2-2. That's going to be popped up, and that is going to become a souvenir. I don't know. I feel like he just needs to get his confidence back. That's what Chris Boswell did. He got his confidence back and became an elite kicker. I mean, he was really solid before that, just had a rough year, and then, of course, was back to usual. Holderman, I don't know. At this point, I think he probably just needs to leave Pittsburgh, and he'll probably be okay somewhere else, but no confidence. 2-2 count. Here is the pitch. That is way outside for ball 3. Man, I just don't know what happened. That is something I just don't know. I don't know how in the world it just goes from so good to so bad. 3-2 count. Holderman kicks and deals. That's going to be hit to left. Simon is over there and under it, and making the catch for an out number 2. Sorry, guys. I don't know what I'm saying right now. All right, if I do recall, again, Ty France, Reggie needs a strikeout from this guy. This may be the last at-bat for him for tonight. Batting .260, OPS of 695, 6 homers and 46 RBIs. As Holderman sets and fires. Swing and a miss. Strike 1, 98 on the gun. Again, the velocity isn't the problem. The velocity is not the problem with Holderman. Now, is he throwing it with life or not is a question. Here is the 0-1. Chopper foul. So very quickly, 0-2. Reggie says, here we go. Reggie needs a strikeout for France, so he can try to win some money from the bookies, who in the end of the day, they usually win. But Reggie trying to get a win tonight. 0-2 count. Holderman sets. Kicks and fires. That's going to be hit to the left, and that is foul. Oh, man. Pulling for Holderman for multiple reasons, of course. One, as a Pirate fan. Two, just for him in general, because I know he's probably feeling so down and out. No confidence. And three, of course, for Reggie here. Needs a strikeout. Here's the 0-2. That's going to be poked foul. Reggie needs a strikeout from Ty France. Needs it. 0-2 count. Holderman rocks, sets, kicks, and fires way outside. But luckily, it's just ball one. One and two. Holderman doesn't like the sign. Changes it up. Doesn't like that one either, but still sets anyway. Kicks and fires. That's in the dirt, ball two. Yeah, no, you just can kind of see that wasn't happening. Pitch clock was winding down. Didn't like any of the calls Bart was making. 2-2 counts. 2 outs, nobody on. France at the plate. Holderman delivers. That's going to be popped up to right. That's going to stay in play, so no strikeout there. Gonzalez is going to make the catch for out number 3. So Reggie, we'll see. The Blue Jays need some hits in order to get your magical strikeout. We head to the bottom of the 7th. Blue Jays leading 7-1 over the Pirates. Yes, I'm very sorry there, Reggie. We'll see. We'll see. Again, I don't know. That'll be pretty tough. Once again, folks, thank you guys for tuning on in. I actually will step away for a minute. I do apologize. So bear with me. Give me 60 seconds. All right, there we go. Sorry, guys. All right, here's the pitch. That's going to be outside for ball one, as I'm sure you can see that on the screen. This is Joey Bart. If you're just tuning in, like, what the heck was going on? Just had to step out for a second. Joey Bart batting .246. That is outside for ball two. OPS of .671, 2 homers, and 21 RBIs on the season, as here is the pitch. That'll be in there for a called strike. We do have a new pitcher. So again, this is the Scherzer just exited the game. Of course, had a really good outing. Here's the pitch. That's going to be a ground ball, and that's going to get through for a base hit. Look at Joey Bart tonight with his second hit. That's always nice. Varland here's his statistics on the season. 3-3 record, 2.37 ERA, whip of a 1.12. though in his last 7 appearances, a 5.14 ERA. So a little shaky as of late. That'll bring up Jared Triolo. Triolo is 0 for 2 on the night. Here's the pitch. That'll be outside for ball 1. Got to make sure this mic feels weird. We were talking about Jose Tabata earlier. That's interesting. There's a fan with a Jose Tabata jersey. That's crazy. Here's the 1-0. That's a swing and a miss. Strike 1. That's pretty neat there. Again, Triolo batting 188, OPS of 567, 3 homers and 13 RBIs on the season. 1-1 count. Here is the pitch. That's going to be hit, and that's going to get down for a base hit. Oh, and it takes a Pirates bounce, as Bart is not fast enough to get to home, but he is fast enough to get to third. So look at that. A double for Triolo. That'll bring up Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. Maybe the Pirates can make it look a little bit more respectable. Batting 264, OPS of 632, 1 homer and 34 RBIs on the season. Again, runners on second and third. Varland kicks and deals. That's going to be hit to right, and that is just foul. Oh, that would have easily scored those two. Ground down and a lineup, of course, had an RBI earlier. Varland delivers. That's going to be hit, and that one is a foul ball. So 0-2 to IKF, the third baseman. He's been playing third base, which is interesting. Again, Triolo has the better arm, but maybe they just trust Kiner-Falefa's glove, which, again, Triolo was the Gold Glover. I don't really know. I don't make the decision. Here's the 0-2, and that'll be in the dirt for ball 1. One ball, 2 strikes to IKF. As Varland rocks, sets, kicks, and deals. Swing and a miss. Curveball in the dirt. He struck him out. That'll bring up Ronnie Simon. He's 0 for 3 on the night, looking for his first hit. He's batting 222, OPS of 560, no homers and 5 RBIs on the season. Varland sets and delivers. That's in the dirt. Ball kind of gets away, but it's right in front of Kirk, so nothing doing. 1-0 count. Dallas, how's it going? The Blue Jays looking like they may be evening up the series against the Pirates. 1-0 counts. Varland kicks and deals. That's going to be hit to right, and that one is going to be caught by Barger for out number 2, but that should be deep enough for Bart to tag up. He does, so it's now 7-2. So a sacrifice fly by Ronnie Simon. Of course, the Blue Jays will trade outs for runs at this point. That'll bring up Spencer Horwitz, batting 257, OPS of 701, 5 homers and 34 RBIs on the season. The goal, he called it a goal. That's going to be a grounder up the middle. Bichette throws to first for out number 3. Well, 1 run for the Pirates, but don't think that's really going to help too much as we head to the top of the 8th. The Blue Jays with a nice lead, 7-2 over the Pirates. Yeah, no, Kirk again crushed that one out of the stadium. That was very unfortunate for the Pirates. 5-2, that's manageable. 7-2, it's still going to take a lot. Again, the Pirates aren't really a team that can put up a bunch of runs anyway, but 7 runs, that's pretty tough. That's a tough task for them. Once again, folks, thank you guys for even clicking on this live stream. Really does help me out a lot. Make sure to leave a like, press that like button, and subscribe to the channel. Let's see here. Again, I'll be back tomorrow. I'll be doing Blue Jays and Pirates in the afternoon. I'm off tomorrow, so it's perfect. It works out for everybody. I'll be here to do Game 3, and it'll probably be a series decider. Blue Jays and Pirates tied at 1 apiece. Canadians speak more hockey. Fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, I don't really do hockey on the channel, unfortunately, I'm sure there's plenty of Toronto Blue Jays fans here. But, hey, I'll give it once. I'm going to give it a try. It'll be featuring, of course, the Pittsburgh Penguins, and it's probably going to be down the Detroit Red Wings, probably. May happen. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, again, I will be doing a Pirates game or Penguins game. I just don't know what the other game or the other team would be. You kicked our butt last night. It was a tough game. I mean, honestly, it really just was the Blue Jays handing the Pirates the win. Really, I mean, the Blue Jays had 2 or 3 throwing errors that just resulted in 3 runs. So yeah, no, that was tough. We are working our way back to Pittsburgh, where Clement is going to be at the plate. He's batting .280, OPS of .718, 9 homers, 40 RBIs. Here's the pitch, grounder, foul. Holderman is back out there again. I'm pulling for him. You can just see it on his face, and that's why I feel like he looks a lot like Boswell in 2018. Just looks defeated. He plays defeated, and it's rough. Sidney, yes, we love Sidney Crosby. 0-1 count. Here is the pitch. That's going to be poked right, and that is a foul ball. Kirk hit a home run. How did I miss that? Anyway, say again, I'm enjoying this call of the game as I don't own the TV and here in the dark off grid. So, I gotcha. Hey, I'm glad to offer this. This is kind of what I do. Here is the 0-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Yeah, no, that happened in the last inning in the top of the 7th. That'll bring up Jimenez. Andreas Jimenez, batting .222, OPS of .619, 5 homers and 23 RBIs. But yeah, again, this is kind of, I know there's a lot of people that, either don't have the channel, don't have access to stuff, as that's a swing and a miss, strike 1. So that's where I come in. Again, if you got other things to do, if you want to cook dinner or, do chores around the house, or if you're at work and you can kind of listen to the game, this is what I do. Here's the 0-1. That is inside for ball 1. But, of course, again, it is mostly Pittsburgh on the channel. But, of course, I'll be doing the playoffs. So I might see you guys, of course, when it's all said and done in the World Series. 1-1 counts. Here is the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. And, of course, I won't be covering the Pirates there because, well, they're not going to be there. Cole Harbor, Nova Scotia. Oh, wow. That's like way to the right. If I know my Canadian geography, which I really don't know too much. 1-2. Holderman kicks and deals. That is in the dirt for ball 2. So the count is 2-2 on Jimenez. Jimenez again 0 for 3 on the night, looking for his first hit. Holderman sets, wheels and deals. That is low and inside for ball 3. Three and 2. Holderman sets and fires. Checked his swing inside ball 4. He did not go. So a 1-out base runner for the Blue Jays, and that will bring up Miles Straw. He's had a pretty good night in the outfield, has made 2 very nice catches to get some runs off the board. He is 1 for 2 with the walk. He's batting .264, OPS of .679, 4 homers and 27 RBIs. Here's the pitch. That is in there for a called strike. Way East Coast, I gotcha. I just wasn't sure where it was according to Quebec. Yeah, I just couldn't picture that. 0-1, Holderman looks back at first. Sets and fires. Chopper to short. Tosses a second. There's 1. And not in time as Straw is able to run it out to prevent the double play. And that'll bring up George Springer. He has hurt the Pirates tonight. After the Pirates hurt him in the first inning with the hit by pitch, he, of course, hit a home run in the second. He's 2 for 3 with the walk. And, of course, a hit by pitch. Batting .292, OPS of .899, 20 homers, and 61 RBIs. Holderman sets and delivers. That is outside for ball 1. Main but north. I gotcha. Thank you. Just not too sure. I'm sorry. Don't pay attention too much to what happens to the north. Here's the 1-0. That is outside. Throw to second. He is safe. So Straw takes second. Count is 2-0. Straw was booking it. Two and 0 count. Holderman sets, wheels and deals. That is in there for a called strike on the outside corner. 97 on the fastball. Would be good to see Holderman kind of not allow a run here. I know it wouldn't be much, because, again, he's already allowed 2, but you got to start somewhere. Here's the 2-1. That is in there for a called strike. Springer does not like the call, but that one was in there. It was clearly on the plate. 2-2. Holderman rocks, sets, kicks, and deals. That's going to be hit to right, and he just slammed his bat to the ground. Reynolds is under it and makes the catch, falling into the netting. Wow. Nice by Reynolds. Not much to cheer for tonight. Good play. We head to the bottom of the 8th. Blue Jays leading 7-2 over the Pirates. Once again, folks, thank you guys for tuning on in. I do appreciate you guys clicking on the live stream. Really helps me out a lot. If you enjoyed it tonight and haven't done so, definitely leave a like and subscribe to the channel. The like button looks like that. Even if you haven't enjoyed it, you might as well just hit that like button and subscribe. It doesn't hurt to subscribe. And it is free, by the way, $0.00. Of course, again, this is what I've been doing since opening day. It's play-by-play with Dr. Delay. Mostly Pittsburgh, of course. I can scroll, of course, to show you. And I do bounce around, but again, as we get closer to the playoffs, I kind of want to enjoy the Pirates while I have them. And, of course, I will be focusing on other teams. As, again, even tomorrow, I will be doing Blue Jays and Pirates early, but I will actually be doing as well a doubleheader, Brewers and Cubs, later that night. And, of course, again, if I'm off Thursday, which I think I'm going to be off Thursday, we'll have time to do Brewers-Cubs Game 5, which is, interesting to say for the regular season. And then Steelers-Panthers tomorrow night. So that'll be pretty fun. That will be pretty fun. But, yeah, that's pretty much it again. Thank you guys so much for even clicking on the live stream. And if you're a sports fan, definitely subscribe to the channel. As here's the final scores from this for today. The Mets have defeated the Nationals 8-1, and the Cubs, and again in Game 1, defeated the Brewers 6-4. Currently, though, in Game 2, the Cubs lead the Brewers 2-1. Dodgers leading the Rockies 4-0. A's leading the Twins 5-2. White Sox leading the Braves 10-4. Rangers and Royals 2-2. Astros and Tigers 0-0. Orioles and Red Sox 3-1. Mariners and Phillies tied up at 4 apiece. Cardinals leading the Marlins 7-4. As we do have a new pitcher for the Blue Jays. This is Tommy Nance. 1.20 ERA, whip of a .73. He's been very good this year. Very good. And he, of course, will face Brian Reynolds. Brian Reynolds to lead off. He's batting .245, OPS of .701, 13 homers. As that's going to be in the dirt went strike 1. 13 homers and 62 RBIs. Trisk does not like it. Trisk is not a fan of what he's looking at. Pirates down by 5 with 6 outs to go. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit right to third. Clement with the catch for out number 1. Oh, that is just unfortunate. He is the only one on the left side of the field and hits it right to him. That'll bring up Nick Gonzalez. He's batting .278, OPS of .713, 5 homers and 19 RBIs on the season. As Nance sets, kicks, and fires. Swing and a miss. Strike 1, 96. Up in the zone. Again, Nance has been fantastic. Opponent batting average of only 151. So he's pitched well so far for the Blue Jays. Here is the 0-1. Checked his swing. Did not go. 1-1. One and 1 count to Nick Gonzalez. It's 1 for 3 on the night. Here is the pitch. That is outside for ball 2. Pirates have someone else in the pen. This is going to be Sisk. He's been okay. It's been okay since coming to the Pirates. Here's the 2-1. That's going to be a ground ball to short. Oh, it's off Bichette as it squirts into left, and he has trouble with it. Lukes is going to throw to second. Gonzalez heads to second. He is, I don't know. The umpire has yet to make a call. He's safe. Wow, Gonzalez taking advantage of some miscues by the Blue Jays. Bichette couldn't field that. Then the left fielder, for some reason, couldn't field that despite it going very slow. All right. Is that an opening for the Pirates? Probably not, but hey, you might as well enjoy it. That'll bring up Andrew McCutchen. He's batting .238, OPS of .698, 11 homers and 41 RBIs. Again, a runner on second. As Speedy Gonzalez able to get in there and beating the throw. That's going to be in there for a called strike. 0-1 count, 1 out. Bottom of the 8th, Blue Jays leading 7-2. Nance kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. McCutchen again 0 for 1, 2 walks tonight. Nance sets and fires. Chopper, and that is back behind home plate. That is a foul ball. Oh and 2 is the count. McCutchen again has been on base twice. Has yet to record a hit though tonight. Can he be clutching here? McCutchen be clutching. 0 and 2. Nance delivers. That is outside for ball 1. 110 degrees here in Central Texas today, around 2:30. 94 this evening at cross-country practice. But the temp is higher than the Pirates' baseball IQ. Probably, unfortunately, 1 and 2 counts. Nance sets, kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 2 away for the Pirates in the bottom of the 8th, and that'll bring up Jack Sawinski. Sawinski's 0 for 2 with the walk. He is batting .129, OPS of .538, 3 homers and 6 RBIs on the season as Nance sets, kicks, and fires way outside for ball 1. One to 0 is the count. 2 outs, 1 man on. Nance sets and delivers. Checked his swing. That is outside ball 2. Andrew McCutchen. Yeah, well, yeah, possibly. as of late. 2-0. Nance delivers. Hard hit, but it is foul. It's been a slow night for the Pirates. It's been a slow night, really, for this game. Honestly, 2-1 count. Nance wheels and deals. That is upstairs. Ball 3 again. Sawinski. Honestly, his plate discipline is very, very solid. He just needs to literally learn how to hit the ball. 3-1. Nance delivers. That's going to be hit to right, and he learned how to hit. As Sawinski is going to bring home Speedy Gonzalez. It's 7-3. That's a football score in the first quarter. So the Pirates down 4 now with Joey Bart coming to the plate. He's batting .249, OPS of 676, 2 homers and 21 RBIs on the season. Again, 2 for 3 tonight. Has had a pretty good night for Joey Bart, honestly. Cannot be too critical of him. Had a nice defensive play earlier. This is the Joey Bart we'd like to see as Nance sets and fires. Checked his swing, and he went strike 1. Oh and 1. Nance sets and delivers. That is outside for ball 1. One count, one man on. Here is the pitch. That is going to be in the dirt. Ball 2, breaking ball. 1 run has scored. Maybe that's what I was trying to do. Thinking of a run, thinking of a man. Ran. 2-1 count, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. 1 man on again. The Blue Jays up 7-3 over the Pirates. Pirates have put up a run here. Showing some signs of life. 2-1. Here is the pitch. Checked his swing. That is in there for a called strike. Blue Jays have a guy up. It's Jeff Hoffman. He'll be out there for the 9th, most likely. 2-2 count. Nance sets, wheels and deals. That's going to be a foul tip, just barely getting a piece of that one. Staying alive, keeping the inning alive, keeping the at-bat alive. Again, Bart only 2 home runs on the year, 233 at-bats. You compare it to last year, 253 at-bats, 13 home runs, OPS of 799. This year, OPS of 676. Here's the 2-2. That's going to be grounded foul. Deuces wild on the scoreboard, yes. That is true. 2-2 count, 2 outs. Nance at 22 pitches. A lot of 2s everywhere. Pirates with a chance to score 2 runs here, maybe. Who knows? As Bart did ask for time, so bear with me, folks. The Blue Jays up a touchdown. Scored a touchdown. Pirates have a field goal. 2-2. Here's the pitch. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. He struck him out. Bart doesn't like the call. But the Pirates, of course, with the run in the bottom of the 8th, it is now 7-3. Blue Jays, of course, on top of the Pirates. Well, thank you guys for clicking on today's live stream. I do appreciate it. Again, make sure to leave a like. Hit that like button. Definitely subscribe to the channel for more play-by-play with Dr. Delay. Again, if you're a baseball fan, if you're a sports fan, then definitely do it. Definitely subscribe to the channel. It is mostly Pittsburgh, as you can probably see. But, of course, I will be doing other, I've done other MLB teams, In fact, tomorrow, again, I'll be returning to this series. I already have it up Of course, I've pretty much done every game. I'm going to be doing every game this series, Pirates and Blue Jays. But I'll be having a doubleheader. I'll be doing Brewers and Cubs. So, again, if you're just a pure baseball fan, if you love baseball, this is what I offer on the channel. Baseball. And, of course, the final preseason game for the Steelers before, of course, the Steelers-Jets, which I'll also be doing. So definitely subscribe if you're a football fan, especially if you're a Pittsburgh fan, Steelers fan. It's going to be mostly Pittsburgh on the channel. But, again, I'm not afraid to bounce around Major League Baseball, the NFL. And the NFL, of course, I'll be having a lot of polls. So, again, if you're not a Steelers fan, you're a fan of another team, you may be able to vote your team in. The polls will start week 1, September 1st. That Monday, I'll be putting up the week 1 poll. So, definitely do that. Definitely subscribe to the channel. Doing it for the Blue Jays will be Barger, Bichette, and Kirk. And, of course, I don't know if Reggie's still with us, but Reggie needs a strikeout from France. He's 5 batters away. I don't know if we'll get there. We'll see. As we actually have a pinch hitter. Schneider's going to be at bat. But right now we have, again, a new pitcher. It's going to be Evan Sisk. It's 1-1. 4.70 ERA. Whip of a 1.70. Getting his first MLB win, in last night's game. As this is Davis Schneider. He's pinch hitting for Barger. He's batting .254, OPS of .855, 8 homers, and 25 RBIs. Joey Bart's numbers are shrinkflation, yeah. Well, I sure hope you're going to call the World Series when the Blue Jays are in a perfect... Yeah, well, hey, for sure, if they make it, I'll be there. That is the goal to cover. And I'll have to make that decision, for... because I have kind of promised that Saturdays and Sundays will be, college football and NFL. But, I will play it by ear, when it comes to those 2 days. But during the week, I think it's going to be baseball. Here is the pitch, and that's going to be outside, but it's called a strike. So Schneider, again, he argued with the umpire last night. Wasn't a fan of that call either. 0-1 count. Sisk sets and delivers way outside for ball 1. Well, I'll definitely pull for you guys. Definitely pull for the Blue Jays in the AL. Not really I don't know. I don't really have an opinion on many of the AL teams. 1-1. Here's the pitch. Chopper to short. Triolo throws to first for out number 1. It is I don't know. I always kind of cheer like anyone's playing the Red Sox or the Yankees. I definitely cheer for whoever's playing them. I think most people do that. So you'll have my support if you guys match up against them. AL, yeah, I mean in the Central, Tigers, they're okay. I don't know, just AL. I don't really think too much about it. As here's the pitch, that's going to be in there for a called strike. Bichette is 1 for 3, batting .297, OPS of .804, 16 homers, and 82 RBIs. Here's the 0-1. That's going to be hit to center. Sawinski settles under it and squeezes the glove for out number 2. And that'll bring up Alejandro Kirk. He is 2 for 4. 2 for 4, had a home run in the 7th. He's batting .294, OPS of .769, 10 homers and 56 RBIs. As Sisk sets and delivers, that'll be inside ball 1. Again, if you guys have been here the whole night, you'll probably remember that Reggie had a bet on Ty France. He needs a Ty France strikeout. So Kirk and Lukes will have to get on in order for that to even have a chance. 1-0 count. Here's the pitch. Checked his swing. That is, he made contact on that, actually. It's going to be a foul ball. 1-1. One and 1 count here to Alejandro Kirk. Cracking double digits in the home run column tonight. Checked his swing. Did he go? It's called a strike regardless. As Kirk will ask for time. 1-2 count. Sisk sets. Wheels and deals. Ground ball to short. Triolo can't quite get there in time. He was able to trap it, but he kind of fell down. So that's a base hit for Kirk again. If you've been here, you know that France needs a strikeout for Reggie to possibly win some money. That'll bring up Nathan Lukes. He's batting .255, OPS of 743, 10 homers and 51 RBIs. Score Pirates, we'll see. We hope so. Bottom of the ninth, well, it'd be nice to show some fight. Here's the pitch. That'll be in there for a called strike. Don't worry, boys. Next year will be our year for sure. Yeah, go Pitt. Oh, yeah. We hope so. We hope that they'll spend money on the offense. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch. That is inside for ball one. Of course, thank you for stopping by as always, Huck Finn. Appreciate you. 1-1 count. Sisk sets and delivers. That is outside for ball two. So will France get another at bat? Will Reggie have a chance? Is the question. Sisk rocks, sets, looks at first, kicks and deals. That'll be in there for a called strike. 2-2. Phillies just won, so if the Pirates lose, I got some cash coming my way. Thanks. Oh, yeah. No problem. Let's look, and that may be happening. Here is the 2-2. Way outside. Ball three. Three and two count. Sisk looks in. Rocks, sets, kicks, and fires. That's going to be called strike three on a ball inside. Oh, that's got to be tough for Reggie. Reggie will not get Ty France unless, of course, the Pirates do something magical, as we do indeed head to the bottom of the ninth, where the Blue Jays, of course, lead 7-3 over the Pirates. Pirates need 4 runs or more to have a positive decision. But 4 runs, of course, will push it to extras. Don't think it happens. Of course, the Blue Jays with the touchdown tonight. The Pirates with the field goal. And, of course, again, I'm sure some of you guys will check out right now. But I will be back tomorrow, though, for this game, for Game 3, 12:30 Eastern Time. You know, if you don't live in the Eastern Time Zone, definitely do the math accordingly. But I'll go live, of course, 5 minutes prior to the game time. So 12:30 Eastern, I'll be back for Game 3. And, of course, tomorrow's doubleheader for me. So, again, if you're just a baseball fan, I'll be doing Brewers and Cubs later that night. And, of course, again, if you are a Pittsburgh fan, definitely subscribe tomorrow, or Thursday night, pardon me. I will be doing my very first Steelers game of the year, Steelers-Panthers, and, of course, every single Steelers game after that. So Week 1, Steelers-Jets, not too long from now, September 7th. But, again, Thursday, Steelers-Panthers, join me for that. If you can watch the game or you just want a different voice for that one, I got you covered. And, of course, again, I'll be doing other NFL games, which will be voted on by the subscribers of the channel. But I really won't push that hard too much because I don't know how Canadians feel about, football. So I'm not, like if the Pirates are playing the Giants, hey, 49ers fans, blah, 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 blah. That's usually why I push it with other places, not necessarily here. All right, a new pitcher for the Blue Jays as we are about to begin the bottom of the ninth. Jeff Hoffman, he's 8-4. 4.24 ERA, whip of a 1.08. And looks like Varsho is going to play center. All right, due up is Triolo, Kiner, Falefa, and Simon to begin the bottom of the ninth. Again, the Blue Jays up 7-3, looking like they're going to split the series, or at least 1-1 at the end of this one. Here's the pitch. That'll be in there for a called strike. Series decider most likely tomorrow. Trailer again batting 192 OPS of 583 homers and 13 RBIs. Hoffman sets and fires. That's going to be hit, and that is a foul ball. 0-2 count to Triolo, who's 1 for 3 on the night, had a double in the 7th. Hoffman sets, kicks, and fires. That'll be outside as it's 1-2. 1-2. Hoffman sets and delivers. Called strike 3. He struck him out, and that one is not good for the Pirates. That'll bring up Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. He's 0 for 3 on the night, batting .263 OPS of 631 homer and 34 RBIs on the season. Hoffman sets and delivers. Check this swing, almost hit him. Gets out of the way, ball 1. Count is 1-0. Hoffman sets and fires. Ground ball to short. Throws to first for out number 2. All right. Well, Pirates are down to their final outs, and that'll bring up Ronnie Simon. Simon's batting .222 OPS of 555. 0 homers and 6 RBIs on the season. He's 0 for 3 tonight. Hoffman sets and delivers. Checked his swing. He did not go. 1-0. Again, the Blue Jays fans are on their feet. A lot of Blue Jays fans in Pittsburgh. By the way, he also had a sacrifice fly in the 7th. My apologies. That's going to be upstairs ball 2. As the Blue Jays fans are chanting and are proud as they have taken over PNC. And I'm sure Bob Nutting is laughing with all his money he's saving on not spending money, as that's going to be hit to right center. Varsho is under it and makes the catch for out number 3. The Blue Jays take game 2 and even up the series. 7-3 over the Pirates. The Blue Jays are now 74-53, where the Pirates are the inverse of that, 53-74. Once again, thank you guys so much for clicking on the live stream. If you haven't done so already, make sure to leave a like before you go. And, of course, subscribe to the channel for more play-by-play with Dr. Lay. Again, it's mostly Pirates on the channel. But, of course, if you guys have a nice run, I might see you guys later in the World Series. Plan on calling the postseason and, of course, the World Series. But, yeah. Again, tomorrow I'll be back for this one again, Blue Jays and Pirates. So make sure to, again, subscribe to the channel so that way you definitely get it instead of just searching it up. And, I would have it for you right there on the feed if you subscribe. Blue Jays, Pirates. I go live at 12:30 Eastern Time. I know it says 11:30 there, but that's because I live in a different time zone. But, yeah, that is pretty much it for me. Again, thank you guys for clicking on the live stream. I will see you guys next time right here on Play-by-Play with Dr. Lay. Again, if you guys do want to chat, that's fine, but if not, I will probably head on out. I can go over some scores, I guess. As again, you can see the Blue Jays had 7 runs, 10 hits, and an error. The Pirates, 3 runs, 8 hits, and an error as well. As we do have some more final scores. The Cardinals defeated the Marlins 7-4. The Mets over the Nationals 8-1. The Phillies defeated the Mariners 6-4. The Cubs, of course, defeated the Brewers in Game 1, 6-4 as well. In the bottom of the 8th, the Astros and the Tigers are tied at 0-0. The Orioles over the Red Sox 3-1. The Royals, they lead the Rangers 3-2, White Sox lead the Braves 10-8. That looks like to be a good one. The A's are over the Twins 6-3 right now. The Cubs leading the Brewers 2-1 in the bottom of the fifth. Wow, the doubleheader. Dodgers all over the Rockies 7-0, and the Yankees currently lead over the Rays 2-0. I'm sure that's very important to the Blue Jays fans here. Good game, good call, good night. Thank you, Denny. Appreciate it. Hopefully I see you guys again tomorrow. That will pretty much do it for me again. I'll be back tomorrow. So make sure to subscribe, like, and subscribe. That way you definitely get that game for sure on your YouTube feed. I will see you then. You guys have a great rest.